All
I heard a
right.
noise.
All right. Hopefully something stabilizes.
I have faith.
Uh, no, that's all my internet right now. I have absolutely zero control over this. I am so sorry, everyone. All right. Um, I'm just gonna have to go and kind of go with this, unfortunately.
Can you lower your bitrate just a little bit?
Yeah, I'm bumping it down right now. Oh man, this is this is what I did not want to happen. And I have no problems with my internet usually.
Internet your provider can always tell. It's like, oh, are you about to do an
Oh,
important
of
run
course.
somewhere for an excellent cause? Blam.
All right, we dropped it
Goodbye.
down to about 800.
We got this.
Seems to somewhat stabilized. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started in the 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my
So
goodness.
welcome. This is Final Fantasy VII PC any percent. The 30 FPS in the title is not just for lols. It is because we are using a fix which ensures that all walking map sequences are 30 frames per second. So this is the more competitive category of the any percent. For those who don't want to implement the fix or can't, you can run the free FPS category, but there's a lot more people in that, and your hardware can affect your time in that, while it cannot in the 30 frames per second run. So this is the, again, more competitive version, plus it's the version you want to do if you're racing.
I am running the fix, but I do not have the actual FPS counter on the game, so it won't actually count as a legitimate run per se.
Mm-hmm. So if he does happen to PB, he could submit it to the free FPS board. So we got this. Look, there's Eris looking so lovely.
All right, so I think we're stabilized. Sorry about that little hiccup, everyone. Just the worst possible time for anything to happen. But
Usually is.
but like we said, this is a very broken run, and I'm hoping you all enjoy it. And I plan on donating $1 for every time it takes to get UV, however many times it takes.
Ooh, I'll match that.
All right, cool.
We'll explain the Yuffie luck, but let me tell you, it can be bad. So, it can be definitely not enjoyable. So this run definitely has no glitches, no skips, completely as intended in 3 hours. Don't worry about it. So, cutscenes, many cutscenes. So we're getting ready here. The run is actually about to get started, and there's stuff we have to do immediately from the beginning of the run. There's going to be some menuing. We want to make sure everything is as fast as possible. So Couch will be going into the menu and be setting things like making sure our memory cursor is on, so the cursor always remembers what our last action was. Setting all the message speeds to fast, 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 and making sure that we're in active mode. Now we will be changing the ATB between active and wait depending on what point in the game we're on, because there's some fights which actually go faster in wait mode because you get to manipulate the enemies or the boss's action. So definitely something you want. We will be running away from all of the random encounters, but this is a forced encounter. You cannot run away from it, so we're just going to hold A to win. The best and most proven of all strategies. And yes, please enjoy the music. Final Fantasy VII has some fabulous music. Yeah, the graphics actually look really shiny in this version, some of them at least. So, Couch is going to be renaming some of the characters for this lovely event. When we run this more competitively, we tend to name everyone just one character. And that speeds everything up because all of the text scrolls. So every extra character we have in folks' names, things get it can slow down a bit. But this is a charity event. We'd rather have a bit of fun while we're at it. So Not Cloud is here to do some work. Let's see who we have here. I don't know most of the names in advance. Oh, I like it.
Oh, they're all gonna be surprises. Don't you worry.
Good. I love it. Husbando. It's true, Barrett is best husbando. Well,
So,
second best.
there is a step route for this category. It's not a whole bunch of extra steps, and I don't know where to take them at all, so we will not be following it.
Yeah, the step route, it got mucked around a bit. There's a new skip developed about a year ago, and it did mess with the step route a bit. And honestly, most of the time it's not even necessary. There is going to be some resetting in this run, and every time you reset, the step route is gone. So the step route is only even relevant for the first half, 3/4 of the run anyways. So yeah, I also run this category and I don't use the step route either at this point. So some of the bosses which it was used to manipulate to get set preemptives and such, it doesn't work anymore because of the skip. Definitely want to make sure we talk to the correct people. It's always fun learning this run. You're like, who do I talk to open doors?
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of being careful where we mash, if you keep mashing in this elevator past where our folks are talking, you can actually just keep going up and down this elevator. Not that I've ever done that.
Say it sounds like a personal experience.
Nope.
Because I have been there
definitely
too.
not. Nope, never done it. Never catch me alive. Yeah, Jesse is shocked with all the fighting which is happening in this elevator. It's just like, please don't involve me. Too slow. We're getting introduced to our first set of bosses, Stairs. Stairs are the worst boss in this game.
I think you mean the best boss.
Also, please note, all of the enemies that Shinra has designed all have like propellers, spikes, and or lasers. And you're like, why? Why would you do? So there's a few different categories of items which you're going to kind of see around, and of ones that we're going to gather. There's going to be items which are literally in our way, so we have to pick them up in order to progress. There's going to be items that we pick up specifically because we need them, and there are items we're going to pick up because we need to sell them. There is a money route in this game. There are things we need to buy, and buy many of, so the more money we have, the better. So we're going to see a couple of instances of these type of items, and we'll kind of point out for items that are picked up, why they're being picked up. So definitely helps. That's a save point. We don't care.
Yeah, saving's really not necessary in the early part because you just have so much HP and you get like almost no damage done to you from any of the enemies.
And even the damage that is done, it's all quite predictable and very survivable. There's a lot of kind of automatic block cures that happen. So we have a little bit of a cutscene. We're trying to blow up this reactor. We're trying to save the world from the evil that is the Shinra Electric Company. But like all good electric companies, they have booby-trapped their reactor against any sort of sabotage with a giant robot. As you do. So we are going to be attacking Guard Scorpion here, and the strategy is we are trying to build up the limit gauge of our characters, because even if we're not going to use the limit gauges, a character's next turn comes much faster once they build up their limit gauge. So there are going to be multiple times where we are purposely trying to get limits just to get a faster turn out of someone. That being said, if we can get Husbando to have a limit and use it before the counterattack stage, which is in this fight, it does make this even faster. Is this run buffering?
No, I'm just messing around.
Okay. I was going to say, is there run buffering in this game?
It looks like you can run away because there's nothing blocking you.
No. Buffering is a strat in other Final Fantasy. Okay, so did attack Cloud, so that's less than ideal. So coming up is the counterattack phase, where anytime you attack Guard Scorpion, it is going to counterattack. And we are purposely going to attack at least once because we want that damage to build up those limit gauges.
Oh.
So because we don't have any limit gauges built up at right now, once is all we need to attack, because that counterattack will fill up the limit bars, and we will get turns very quickly. Plus, Husbando will have a limit that can be used immediately after.
I hated to make a liar out of you there. Sorry about that.
Oh, you did. You must have a different.
I just go off the notes. I just don't attack at all during that phase.
You don't attack. Oh, the notes I have you attacking on purpose.
I must have missed that then, but I've always done it this way.
That's fair. We just do this by differently. And it doesn't always work out anyways.
Yeah.
But it can be a lot faster. Goodbye, but either way, Guard Scorpion is down.
Yeah,
Very
a lot of it
sad.
just comes down to whether who gets attacked when by the Guard Scorpion, just because of when their limit bar fills and other things.
Absolutely. Sometimes Guard Scorpion will miss, which is
Oh,
not
yeah.
helpful. And as you see in that scenario, only attacked Barret once, which is not particularly helpful. No, different runners have different little quirks. What items I pick up as I'm running around are different than what Couch is going to pick up. Save the animals, sure. There's definitely animals that we will actually.
We're
Kind
gonna try and save the snack.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna save a snack. We're not gonna enslave any chocobos. We're gonna save an ancient, not an animal, but I'm sure it counts. Okay, so the materia we picked up earlier was both an item which was in the way and that we needed, as it was the recovery. The recover materia, we want that. We want the healing from that. That potion in front of Jesse, though, is just purely in the way. It will be sold, but if you do not save Jesse, you won't be able to open the door in order to escape. So you'll get all the way to the door and then realize you have to go back and save Jesse, which is an absolute waste of time.
I always wondered why you had to save Jesse. I never not did it.
Yeah, no, you gotta save her to get the door open. Because she opens the first door once you get out of the elevator up here.
I mean, I probably could have put that together, but it makes a lot more sense now that it's explained.
Yep. We just save her for lols. There we go. That's why you save Jesse, because otherwise you can't escape. You're literally trapped. Heartless. That's in Kingdom Hearts. That's Final Fantasy. So Biggs can only open the second door. Biggs not as powerful as Jesse. So having escaped the reactor, this is all automatic now. This is always a nice kind of mashing break. You know, a whole 10 minutes into the run.
I mean, this is pretty much just filled with cutscenes anyways. It is a very cutscene heavy game.
It definitely is. What? There's no cutscenes in this game.
Cutscenes in my RPG?
It's more likely than you think.
So
We don't actually see Jesse die. I just want to know.
Yeah, that's true. There's fortunately not a lot going on in the beginning of this run. It's just a whole bunch of mashing and just trying to get to the next area. It really starts to pick up once we get through the guard skip.
Yeah, absolutely. Though there are a few things we do for optimization in this beginning part, leading up to what we call guard skip, which I'll explain once we get there. One thing that's going to come up is there's a lot of NPCs or different characters you have to have forced conversations with, and how you talk to them actually matters, both for time saving and sometimes, depending on what their response is, affects things in the game. So in this case, when we talk to the flower girl here, we want to make sure to select the top option simply because it's faster. We just mash through. You tell her you'd better leave, so you don't have a conversation, you just leave. So this section is really important because you do not want to accidentally select fight them. It wastes so much time. So you don't actually have to fight any of these soldiers. You can just be like Cloud's usual dour self and be like, nah, later. Ain't got time for this.
And another unfortunate thing is, it's usually a pincer attack and you can't run away if you kill one of them anyways. They just have the can't run flag in general.
Yep. so it's much of a time waste, completely unnecessary. While there is also experience routing, there isn't not like that. So poor Avalanche here is pretty sad. So is Cheddar. That Cheddar Cheese that Not Cloud didn't show up. They waited as long as they could, but he didn't make the train. So away they went. They're not going to have his help any longer, and Husbando's quite upset about it. He's not pleased that Not Cloud didn't return.
Your lore is on point today, Nazara.
I always have so much lore. Come, let's talk about the ultimate lore. So, Husbando super happy. Not Cloud has made it. Not Cloud had to come in the most epic and time-wasting way possible through the roof of the train, leaving the door open. Any riffraff could get in, like certain former soldiers. But Jesse's gone. Shutting the door, let him know his face is absolutely disgusting because why didn't you just come in the normal way, Cloud?
I know,
And
right?
we leave. So I'm assuming you don't do Jesse's skip.
No, I know how to do it, but I'm very bad at doing it.
Agreed. So there is a skip in this section, which uses a mechanic which is going to be utilized many times in this run, which is triggering two different types of text boxes at the same time. A move to trigger text box and a press a button to trigger text box. And if you can trigger one of each of those at the same time, you get freedom to move during cutscenes where you actually should be still. The reason we don't really do it, even though it's possible to do it in this section, you can talk to Jesse at the same time you trigger the guard at the bottom, is because it saves very little time, and if you talk to Jesse even once without triggering that guard, that's it. It's a one-time try. You are done. So, it's a bit of swag if you can get it set up, but generally speaking, it only saves a couple of seconds, so it's much better spots in order to save time. And yes, you always know when we're running the HD remaster because of the beautiful, beautiful mouths of the NPCs and the really broken eyes for some of the the non-NPC boss fights. So, in particular, check out Rufus Shinra's boss fight and Yuffie. Look at their eyes. You'll never be the same again.
I always just like to imagine they're really surprised at what's going on.
So surprised. They're just so shocked. I can't question. I don't even have any possible lore for what's going on with the eyes. Those aren't surprised eyes. Those are fading into a new dimension eyes.
It's really disturbing in the motorbike minigame. You can watch the little images blink. It's a little creepy sometimes.
That part's fun. I'm not sure if that's in the regular version or not, but I've definitely done that. Been like, oh look, they're cute and blinking. What? What? It's like they're watching me. So we made it back, Sector 7, our home, got off the train, and now that we have rendezvoused, we are getting ready to go back to headquarters. Barrett's like, okay, things are great, can't get lazy, we have more reactors to blow up, especially after our success with that one, but let's head back to our hideout. So, don't worry about this screen, you'll definitely not see it again later. So we are on the screen here with the 7th Heaven, which is the hideout, our bar that we're heading to. However, there's a lot of people on this screen, all crowding around the entryway. So Couch is immediately going to leave the screen and come back on, which makes sure that everyone is scrolled out of the way, and you get Barrett hanging out by himself. And we also learn a really important strategy in this section of the game, which is whenever you get control of Cloud and you're not quite sure what to do, just leave. Just totally leave, abandon. Also, thank you so much for the raid, Free Enterprise channel. We're doing our own event over on that channel.
Oh.
So we must have finished up, so thank you so much. And
Thank you for the raid.
And I'm Tifa! Hurrah! I get to punch things, so
Heck yeah.
yes. Cloud being like, okay, I've had enough of this, I'm leaving. And Barrett's like, nope. Cannot do. So Husbando is taking his tiny child down in the Texas and cowboy themed pinball machine. He's ready for action. I think that's the best place to hide something like that.
I agree.
I always like pointing out the newscaster on the TV because something is very not quite wrong right with their face.
Yeah.
And or they're wearing a flesh-colored gas mask, which kind of makes you even more worried about the state of things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a Mako reactor did just explode.
That is true. That is definitely true. But shouldn't we all be wearing gas masks in that case?
It's a fantastic question.
Yes. Anyways, we don't worry about these things. Minor problems. So Couch, and by Couch I mean Cloud, because I'm going to keep mixing up their names because they're both C names, has had enough and attempts to leave once again. But Bear and Tifa's like, but no, friendo, you can't leave me. We're friends, and because we're friends, you're helping us be a terrorist. Don't you remember our promise? And Not Cloud is like, sorry? Excuse me?
Who are you again?
Nani? So of course, we get a flashback. Can anyone explain the names? Most of the names I cannot explain. Natara is my name, so I get to be the ever wonderful, punching, cool person that is Tifa.
The names are just for fun.
They're for funsies. Sometimes you just have to have fun in your speedrun.
Exactly. Who says you need to go fast to have fun?
Exactly.
Yes, I am. Except for one character.
There's one character, yeah, of the characters we receive, one character, we have no control over their name. Though it will bring up a naming debate.
Oh, yes it will.
Name Vincent incentive. I always love the name Vincent incentive. It's
I mean,
my favorite naming incentive.
Donations are definitely more than welcome. If you would like to donate towards a name, I say go for it.
We want to put a disclaimer on Vincent's name, though. He will have his name for a sum total of 5 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So don't get attached. But do feel free to donate to it. So here we get to watch Tifa's feet and legs move really weirdly while they explain their promise. They knew each other as kids. Cloud promised to always be there if she was in trouble, and she's like, cool. You hear that? If you donate and want to vote for a name, include a note, and we will have it read out on stream. And if there are any donations that need to be read at any point, please interrupt me, because I will talk forever. Thanks, Not Cloud. So of course, Cloud, being the high-class mercenary that he is, decides to sleep in the headquarters, on the floor. Because that's what tough people like Cloud do? I'm not quite sure. So, really important skip here, the highest of tech. You have to call Husbando an idiot and say you just would not understand how materia works. Otherwise, you're trapped in a 3-minute materia tutorial. And let me tell you, once you've run this speedrun as many times as Cloud Couch and I have, you don't need the tutorial. So we are running. Yeah?
I was say you don't need to know how to use materia anyways.
Yeah, true. So we're hopping in here to pick up an ether. We don't need the all materia, it's literally worthless to us. However, that ether sells for quite a few gil, and we're going to use that for our little shopping adventure we're doing right now, which is buy all the grenades. Because grenades are where the value is. They do way, way more damage at this point of the game than you do. But now, we're gonna just take a little stroll here. We're gonna have a little chat with these guards. They've been working really hard, and so we want to hang out with them a little bit. what we're actually trying is there is a skip you can do by maneuvering yourself very precisely. You can actually wiggle right past these guards, saving up to 18 minutes, but it is very precise, and their couch gets it like an absolute champion. So we ain't got time for whatever number reactor, I think it's reactor 5 we were going for
Yeah.
next. It's fine. It's fine on its own, don't worry about it. But I'd like to introduce a brand new friendo, Eris. Now, speaking of people we can't name, when you do go through this game the regular way in this version, in the name the character screen, her name is spelled A-E-S, R-I-S, Eris. However, when you go this way and you skip through and she just takes a default name, she's Eris with a TH at the name. Thank you, Square, for furthering that debate as to whether her name is Eris with an S or Eris with a TH. However, we found out that our friend Natara, we don't quite know why, is currently hanging out at Dom Corneo's place. However, they only let girls in, or feminine presenting folks in, and Cloud is not one such folks. However, Eris has the plan for this. She's like, well, if only girls are allowed in, we're gonna make you the prettiest, and we're gonna go on in.
To be fair, Cloud does have a really pretty face.
Yeah, Cloud is very pretty anyways, but we are going to make him even prettier. So, here is one of my favorite sections of the game, which is like a really long fetch quest, but it's really fun to do because you don't have to do it all in order, and we're going to be doing yes, no, some bar skip tech?
No, I won't be doing bar skip.
No, you don't do bar skip. Okay, cool. I love bar skip. Oh, you do things in a different order than I do as well.
Yeah.
Ah.
I feel it's
So
shorter if I do it this way.
Oh, that's totally fair. So we're talking to the dressmaker. One of the things we need is a dress. But currently the dressmaker is depressed, really out of energy, is hanging out at the bar. So we need to talk to there to trigger that dressmaker. But first, we're really kind of hungry. We're just going to sit and have some sushi. The maker
Seems
just
like
may
the
have
logical
fun,
thing to do.
It does. It's only 70 gil. I feel like that's a good price. Though they are, it looks like they are frying it. I worry about what kind of sushi we're picking up here. But thankfully, it was alright. So, in exchange for our not terrible words, we get a pharmacy coupon. And so we turn in the coupon and we get ourselves a present of a digestive. I'm sure that'll be useful after eating that delicious, delicious sushi. Now, the person in the materia store wanted us to stay at the inn because they have a new machine and they are desperate to know what's being sold in it. Desperate to know. So, you go in, you buy the 200 gil item. You're like, okay, cool. I'm cured. I'm ready to go. Let's go turn this in and have the best time. So it's one of the reasons we need to make sure to have a certain amount of money before coming to Wall Market, because otherwise we risk running out of money, and that's bad because we need to do this fetch quest. So we come back to our friend at the materia shop and advise them that it's a protein drink set, and oh, they're all fired up. They're like, oh, that's what they're doing. Oh, I'm ready. So you get a diamond tiara, very, very pretty. Then it is time to go to the bar. Now there's two parts of our fetch quest which sit here. The first one that Couch is going to do is he is going to give the digestive that we just got to the woman who is very not feeling well in the washroom, who gives us the sexy cologne, a necessary item. We're going to wait for her to walk out, and then we're going to talk to the dressmaker. And by going through a series of conversations and giving him the right combination, he will make us the perfect dress. So we would like a dress that is soft and that shimmers. Feels soft and that shimmers. So it's like, cool, let's do it. Now, bar skip I mentioned earlier is a trick you can do where if you fail it, you can and will soft lock. I have done that many times. Where you can have both of those conversations at once, which saves you a bit of time. but as you saw, definitely not necessary at all. So, we have triggers starting getting the dress. We've gotten the sexy cologne. We've gotten the diamond tiara. So, we're just going to try on our dress first. We've got all these lovely things. Let's see how we look. See how we feeling about this.
I think it's missing some hair.
Yeah, Iris is taking a little peek and she's like, it's not quite right. We have to get a wig. And so the dressmaker advises us that if we go to the gym, we might be able to get a wig there. So you're like, cool. Let's do it. Your hair is lovely, Cloud, but we want to make it slightly more femme. So the one who needs to be cute is Cloud, but this is a gym. They're not just going to give you a wig. We have to do squats with the beautiful bro. So yes, this is a button mashing sequence where you just need to beat your opponent. I have tried doing actual squats at the same time, and it's really difficult because this person, there is RNG here, so it is possible to, if you mess up too many times, that they will actually win the wig you want, and so you will only get the subpar wig. We don't want that. No, there's actually, to answer your question, Scrivo, there are glitches which are only present in this version because they try to remove the disk system references, so it doesn't make you switch disks because you're not using disks. But in doing so, they made things a little squiffy.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just hang out for a little bit. You'll see. I don't want to spoil the fun, but it is magical. Yeah, it definitely breaks some things.
It's
So
a little
now,
broken.
it's a little broken. A little is understating it slightly. So Cloud is now the prettiest, ready to go and prove that there are so many pretty things. But Eris, while looking amazing, also needs to look a little dressier. Yeah, the A skip? Yes, A skip. There's one or two little skips. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Okay, so we get to find out first, are they gonna let us into Don Corneo's place? Are we pretty enough to pass muster?
I say so.
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Cloud's looking pretty good from behind.
I agree. I was just looking great. So yes, passes muster, gets in. The words in the back on that sign, by the way, say poo. I don't know why. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it literally says poo. Anyway, that's your little trivia for today. And so now that we've been told to wait, we're like, no, we're not gonna wait. We ain't got time. The next step is, are we pretty enough to be chosen by the Dawn? When does the skip happen? There are many skips. The first one does not occur until after Midgar. So the rest of the run here from Midgar happens pretty normal. There's a few little things which definitely are much faster or look faster just because they've been optimized, but there's nothing really broken until about just before 2 hour mark. So we have come and we have found Natara, and she's like, I'm here to get information. The Dawn has information for us on Shinra and what they're up to. So I came and purposely got myself captured, or what have you, in order to check that out. And so Cloud and Tifa, or Cloud and Eris here, or sorry, not Cloud and Eris, are like, well, 3 is better than 1, right? So they're like, cool, we will all go, and if whichever one of us gets picked by Don Corneo, we'll get to grill him for information. We don't kink shame here.
No, not at all.
This is usually just not where you leave people, though. So we did pick up that ether, because ethers are super valuable. We are going to pick up many ethers, or at least a couple. So it is time. Let us see who Don Corneo thinks is the prettiest. I know who my vote is.
Oh, I know who my vote is as well.
Yeah, it's obviously Eris. My God.
I was gonna say Tifa.
Oh, she's
Ooh.
also adorable.
I mean, that purple she's wearing, looking pretty good.
Right?
Oh baby.
Oh, baby. So this healthy-looking girl, Orc Not Cloud, has been chosen. And we do this on purpose. If you don't get the optimal set of items, others other than Cloud will be picked. But by having Cloud picked, we don't have to go through a series of battles in order to save whoever was picked. We instead go straight there and get right to the conversation where the other two save themselves and bust their way in, which is what we want. Also, the character on Don Corneo's bed says heaven, which it just makes this whole situation grosser than it already was. So we tell Don Corneo that no, we don't like him because our boyfriend, husbando, actually has our heart. So now that we're here, we're going to threaten Don Corneo's most favorite and most important thing with terrible, terrible harm if he does not give us the information that we want. And so, of course, he spills every little bit of information, advising us that Shinra's plan is actually in retaliation to destroy the pillar that holds the plate above Sector 7. So that plate will fall. They will have evacuated everyone, all the rich and affluent who live on that plate, off, so they're fine, and kill everyone underneath. Very, very, just great, wonderful. What are the letters to the left? I don't know those ones, sadly. I know there's at least one character on the map that says death. So you're like, it's, yeah. There's a lot of neat little things if you can read the characters, but some of them are just normal, this is what those things would say, and, you know, if you owned it yourself. So we take a quick reprieve to Shinra, where they're talking about dropping the plate. And Reeve, first time and probably one of the last times we'll see Reeve, not the last time, but one of the, is saying we probably shouldn't drop a plate on people. Murder is bad. And the president is like, that's a great suggestion. Why don't I ignore you and you go on a few-day vacation? Great! I'm glad we agree. So Reeve leaves, and the president cackles and is very evil.
Sounds like a great boss.
Right? So we arrive in the sewers, beautiful, wonderful smelling place, thinking, okay, the worst is over, but we have to save this pillar. The worst is not over. This is a video game. There's no way. So it is time for Apps, our lovely pal, who we have no idea why Apps is down here, but he's gotta go. Thankfully for us, one of his biggest moves, which is the sewer tsunami, actually does more damage to him than it does to us. So using the beautiful grenades, we're gonna do some solid damage. As you saw by Eris's initial hit of 9, the grenade hit of 146, much nicer. Makes anyone in your party, no matter what their attack power, their weapon is, especially early game, very good. So if you're ever playing through this casually, do yourself a favor and buy grenades.
All of the grenades.
All of the grenades. Later game, you're just doing way too much damage for them to matter, but early game, they are just overpowered. Why no limit break? We don't need it. And we do need it for later on, potentially. But we do as much damage on this boss with the grenades as we would with the limit break, plus no cutscene while the limit break is happening, so it is faster to do the grenades.
Oh yeah.
Like, much faster. So goodbye, Apps. We're sorry you were trapped down here, but, you know, them's the breaks. So we're gonna take our Phoenix down and go, and we're gonna ignore every last item in this sewer. They are mere distractions on our quest to save Sector 7. Oh,
But it's so shiny.
but it is so shiny, no. Materia, unless you actually have a use for it, is useless in this game because it has no sell value unless you've got some levels on it. And if you're not using it, it doesn't get any levels. So unless you're going to use a materia, there's literally no purpose to picking it up. So Piggy96 CZE, thank you so much for the donation. $5. Very appreciated. Goes to an excellent cause, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So with that, we are going to navigate our way through this train graveyard. It's annoying. The hardest part is just knowing where to go. Once you've learned that, it's not quite so difficult. Couch going to pick up at least that one high potion, because high potions sell for more money than regular potions. And we are money routing to get as many grenades as possible. In any run I have done, I have always run out of grenades, always. But the more grenades you have and the more lucky your run is, the later in the game it'll be that you run out. There comes a point in the game where you're going to run out, yes, but this is the time you want to run out.
Yeah.
You can tell one of the things which shows very clearly in the HD remake is you can tell what parts are just part of the background and which parts are going to move, because the moving trains look really crisp and clear and gorgeous, and the trains that are just part of the background look terrible.
It's like they didn't even try.
Yeah, it's like they didn't even try. Yeah, I have no idea why they never bothered to update those assets, but oh, you get that high potion too. I'd do as well.
I like to have the extra couple grenades.
Me too. More grenades for future boss friends who like to dance. But we're not talking about any particular boss, Palmer.
I don't know that name. Doesn't sound familiar.
Nope, never heard of it in my life. Okay, so we are to the hardest part of the game. Stairs. Actually, Couch has a strategy for these stairs. I haven't tried it myself, but this is the set of stairs which almost every time I'm like going to be like, running past.
Oh yeah.
Running past. It's like, please, just
you walk around the stairs like 6-7 times before you actually get up them.
Because where the gate is, so.
Yeah. It's definitely a little awkward. But I find as long as you just run straight up and hit that corner and then hold R or do your diagonal, you'll go right up the stairs, no problem.
Exactly. Yeah, there's strategy for movement in this game because when it came out on the PS1, the diagonals, weren't as precise. So if you hold the direction and the R, the L button, your shoulder buttons, you will automatically move in a diagonal. So that's definitely used. Yeah. Always looks so good when you just go up those stairs like they never cause a problem.
I'll still miss it every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Stairs are hard.
Stairs give us life. If there's nothing else that this run teaches us is that stairs give us life. Sometimes you just need a propeller to feel good about your life.
I know, right?
Okay, so we have made it to the top of the tower, and who's waiting for us but Husbando? We've been waiting for you, Husbando, all this time. So we don't need to do any menuing. We just have to fight this really super duper hard boss. All of the strategy goes into this boss. It's Reno, one of the Turks, the toughest group in the game. Oh,
this is like the perfect fight.
Oh, nice. So actually, you only have to hit Reno a few times, and then he remembers that he left the stove on and runs. And that was excellent RNG at the beginning. Reno always starts with that pyramid, and whoever's been pyramided can't do anything. So if you can get someone with an ATB bar filled right at the beginning to actually toss a grenade at the start before he pyramids anyone, plus that person gets pyramided, you have a faster fight. Not by much, but you do.
It takes exactly 8 grenades to win the fight.
Yeah. So yes, this is not a hard fight whatsoever. It's one of the easiest, if not the easiest boss fight. Oh, look, left the oven on. Gotta go! Too late.
Oh my, would you look at the time?
Look at the time. Gotta just hop off. Goodbye. So Reno leaves, he's done what he needs to, and you check with Natara there, and she's like, I can't stop this bomb. Cloud checks in and is like, nope, I can't either. This is not the sort of bomb we're looking for, you know, that I know how to stop. And Seng shows up, who is the leader of the Turks, with Eris in hand, who we skipped the part which showed us that the Turks are interested in capturing Eris because she is an ancient and they want her for some nefarious reason. And because we sent her off, they got her. So good job, us. We're teams. And he's not very nice. He hits Eris. Don't do that. Don't hit people. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's very.
Unless they have like propellers, you know, and
Oh yeah,
springs.
propellers. If they're swing a propeller over their head, I think they deserve a smack.
Exactly. So Count just purposely moved over to Barrett because Barrett likes to just wander about and run around, you know, screaming if you don't talk to him. So you trigger him to move immediately over to the hook, and you want to be right there so you can climb on and just get out of dodge. This pillar is about to blow, and you don't want to be there. Said, can we get F's in chat for poor Sector 7?
And I think 6 people that live there.
Yeah.
I think they all escaped though, because you see pretty much all of them again. If you come back in here later.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe they're clones or actors, like in other parts of the game.
Illuminati.
Yes.
Get
your
real in
theories
here.
here. That's right, it is. Mutsky, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my gosh, you really were chatting in here while streaming. Well, thank you for everyone who came from Mutsky's stream. We have just destroyed Sector 7 like the good terrorist team that we are. It was definitely not our fault. Oh yeah, Jesse's definitely here for the romance. Aww. Yeah, the rest of Avalanche is gone. They died.
We'll just pretend that they're still here.
They're here in our hearts.
Exactly.
We'll send them our hopes and dreams. So, Husbando, in a really futile attempt, definitely very useful though, is shooting a wall of rubble. Because that's what you do.
Never fail to let me down, Husbando.
Yeah, well, at least he's not attacking actual people, so
Yet.
we'll take it as a win.
Yet.
Wow. Wow. So, of course, he's upset about his team. He's upset about the people he knew. He's upset because his daughter was in Sector 7. And then Natara's all like, wait, Eris told us, whispered something and said, you know, that she was safe. So maybe. So they decide they're gonna continue. They're gonna keep being terrorists. They have to stop Shinra. And we're gonna go and check and make sure that Marlene, the 4-year-old that Barrett very smartly left in charge of the bar, is okay. Don't be like Barrett. Just don't do. Do
And
not do.
I love during that whole conversation, Cloud doesn't say a thing until he gets asked a question, and then he just leaves. Like,
Yeah. He is so moody at the beginning of this game, and he develops a lot throughout the game if you're playing it casually and everything. But at the beginning of the game, oh my goodness, moody does not even begin to describe Cloud. Like, he's grumpy, he's a jerk. He's not very nice. But that's okay. We're fine. Also, are we gonna get any of our magical houses? We got one! You can do it.
yay!
Yeah, don't talk to me or my sword ever again. Exactly. It's not even his sword.
I know,
Don't
right?
ever talk to me or Zach's sword ever again.
That's why he's not Cloud.
Yeah, why he is not Cloud. So we're gonna go off to the side in this beautiful garden and loot, like we've never looted before. And by that we mean get that ether. Because as previously explained, they are worth a lot of dollars. Or gil, or whatever the currency is. They're worth a lot of value. Actually, sorry, we're changing all currency to grenades.
Yes.
That ether is worth a lot of grenades. So we're gonna have one of the numerous cutscenes that belong in this game in order to learn all about Eris. Yay!
Hooray for cutscenes.
Yeah. Don't you love cutscenes? Okay, Avalanche is hanging out there, alive and well.
See, they're alive.
Or at least people who look like Avalanche, but should theoretically not be alive. So many happy people. So, Eris's mother, Elmira, turns out is only her adoptive mother. And she, as part of the Wutai War, her husband left. And every day she would come to the train station hoping, desperately hoping, that she would welcome him back into her arms and much happiness. However, it was not to be. Instead, she finds a tiny child. Not just any tiny child, our wonderful Eris, and Eris's mom. Very sad. But Eris's mom is like, you gotta take my child. We're in danger. I'm dying. Please take care of her. So Elmira's like, cool. Can do, boss. We'll help each other through this hard time where I'm missing my husband and she just lost her mother, and nothing could possibly go wrong in this scenario.
Nope, not one thing.
Not one thing. So they're there for a while, and she learns about the laboratory, that's where they were. They ran away from Home Sweet Laboratory. And Eris kind of gets really weird with Elmira one day. It's like, don't worry, someone you love is gone, but they're in a good place now, and she's just kind of like, what? What? And it's not until a few days later that she finds out that her husband actually died in the war. And she's like, how could this child know? What? So she does protect Eris from the Turks, keeps her safe and away from their evil plots, up until now, where you, wondrous group that you are, let her get captured. Congratulations, team! And she also then proceeds to berate you for leaving a 4-year-old in a bar alone. She's just like, what? And Barrett is all like, it's not my fault! Barrett for Father of the Year.
She seems to be the only logical thinker of the group.
Yep. And nothing bad happens to her, so it explains a lot. So, as per our methodology, you get control over Cloud again, so it's time to try and leave. We don't have time for this. We gotta go. Though he's actually starting to be a bit of a team player, and he just wants to go so he can save Eris, so we'll take it. And Elmira agrees to take care of Marlene because I think she probably just fears the alternative. As you would.
Indeed.
Yeah. So they're like, no, we've had enough of this. We are going to stop Shinra. We are going to get Eris back. But first, we're going to go shopping. There's quite a bit of shopping we have to do here. First set is to get more money so we can get more grenades. But we need to make sure we've still got a certain amount of money left. Are you going to be getting the safety?
What's the safety? Oh, the armlet, yeah.
The rod, yeah.
Or the rod.
No, the rod.
The rod, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we need to make sure that we have enough money for the next section. We have to buy batteries in order to be able to progress, which is 300 gil. And we need to be able to, if we're doing it the safe way, which is highly recommended under this route, we want to buy the mithril rod for Eris, because we're going to have to do some boss math much later in the run. And if we don't have that mithril rod and the boss math doesn't work out quite the way we want, it is rip run. It is game over. We're done. So we don't want to risk that. We would rather have just a few less grenades and do that for marathon safety. If this were a PB attempt rather than marathon, yeah, we'd leave that route behind. We'd be like, yeah, ain't got time for that. Thankfully, both the rod and the batteries are in the same place. So, unfortunately, you are forced to buy a pack of 3 batteries. You're told that they're 100 each, and then spend 300. And you're like, excuse me? We only actually need 2, so you leave here with a battery left over.
That seems a little unfair, right?
Yeah, it seems just a little bit. But that's okay. If you look at the English on the wall there, it looks like it spells avalanche. Avalanche. Just misspelled. The rod we're going to use to hit something, and the batteries we're going to use to make progress. As you do. First, we're going to climb like we never climbed before.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. I told you what we're going to use it for. We're going to use it to punch something. I can't give away all of the secrets. It's so much more fun. This route is a lot more fun when you don't know what's coming. When I first learned this route, I didn't actually know what was coming. So I just followed the directions and did it and was like, what is happening?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. So we can get a quick break while we wait for this propeller to wear itself out. It's had a hard day.
So, shoutouts to Natara for this audio cue upcoming.
I was gonna say, I stole it from the guide.
I'm giving it to you. You told me.
Fair enough. Yes, anyone who has had problems doing the jumping section, which is coming up, there's a sound cue, so I'm gonna be quiet now. First time, every time. So as long as you know the sound cue, you will rarely miss that jump. So I know when I used to play this casually, I'd miss it. I'd spend 5-10 minutes just trying to jump onto that stupid swinging pole. But now it's just like, no problem, we got this.
Yeah, it was a nightmare for me as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I played this casually like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a nightmare for me then. Now it's not. Okay, so we've made it. Shinra Tower, the last section of Midgar. But it is not a short section. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be doing here. Some of it is very precise, some of it is maché, and wait for it to be over. But the best section is at the beginning. And I'm sure long-time watchers of this run will know exactly what I'm talking about. But first, we have to break Husbando's heart and dream. So he's like, we gotta bust in the front, we gotta bust down the door, we gotta just run in and wreck everything. And so we go, absolutely, that's definitely what we're gonna do. We're not gonna go in the safe way exactly like Tifa suggests. And then we're gonna take a safety save because there are things that can go wrong here. We don't wanna risk it. And then we break Husbando's heart by going in the back way. So this is one of those times where it's just faster to agree with Barrett and you just be like, okay, Husbando, whatever you say, boss, and ignore him and do what you want. Which is what we do. So now everybody, welcome to the best section of the game, stairs.
I hope you like going in circles.
Lots of circle. Stairs. I always just love this section for trying to beat Tifa and Baron up the stairs, which in most screens you can absolutely do. There's 2 screens you really can't. This one's difficult, I think, and the one where Tifa stops. But all the rest of them, you can do it. No 64 doesn't have stairs. No CW has stairs. Oh, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, no CW. No Final Fantasy IV. See, both Couch and I both run Final Fantasy IV as well, or used to, and they have a credits warp category, or a warp category where the stairs are a vital part of that run. You need to do the stairs in order to break the game. So I like to joke that I only speedrun games where I climb billions of stairs and break the game.
This is true.
Yeah. In this game, the stairs themselves don't break the game, but are necessary. So yes, as Apathy Doc does point out, there is actually an elevator. But the speed of the elevator and the amount of encounters you deal with in that elevator is RNG. So it is, generally speaking, faster to take the stairs. Plus, there actually is an elevator. If you run in the front door, there's an elevator where you have to fight monsters. But we purposely choose not to, both because the stairs are faster, plus we're going to pick up a necessary item for the run. I don't know if there's a backup if you don't take the stairs for this item.
There's a drop of it somewhere. I don't remember what drops it though.
Ugh,
yeah.
Gross. We're going to pick up this elixir. The elixir, I currently don't do the strategy which requires the elixir, so I've had Final Fantasy VII runners in my stream while I'm doing it. As I run past, start screaming at me, being like, Natara, no, you need that elixir! I'm like, that's so cute. I do a slow strat. I'm working on the fast strat. So the slow strat does not require that elixir. Of a boss fight we're gonna do. So this is the other one where you can't beat both of them up because Tifa remembers that she's wearing either really short shorts or a very short skirt and is running ahead of both of you. And is just like, nope, You're going in front of me and we're like, I'm not arguing, you could destroy me by looking at me. You say go ahead, you're the boss. What's the slow strat? It is for one of the bosses, which we'll be fighting outside of Midgar, and it's a similar concept, but it's a different setup. So it's just I use different items to achieve the same effect that Couch is going to do much faster while using an elixir.
Yeah,
I use a high potion.
It's a little less safe.
Yeah. So yeah, his version is less safe but much faster, while my version is fairly safe but pretty slow. I think it's like a minute or two slower.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair amount, but it's really negligible over the whole run.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much RNG in this run. Sometimes optimal strats just don't even matter. Because the game just says, no, we're good. You wanted a PB today? Nope.
Exactly.
We made it!
Hooray!
Hooray! The stairs do end! Husbando wasn't sure that the stairs ended, but I assure you, they do. A minute can be a lot. So this is one of the sections where we are purposely going to go into wait mode. We're going to put everyone in the back row as well. So doing this, we take less damage because we're in the back row. Grenades are a back row weapon or a back row item, so we don't worry about it. But we're using weight specifically to manipulate the ATB of these enemies. So each of these enemies is wearing a set of armor, and if you kill them in the correct order, every time they lose their armor, their ATB resets. So if you can time it correctly, they should really not get to attack at all. And you'll notice in this fight that Couch is actually sitting in the menu at certain points. In wait mode, the battle time does not move. So you're seeing people do things, but those are actions that were already queued up. You cannot like queue any other actions, nor will your ATB bar continue to move. So while you're there, it's just your ATB bar had filled. He's sitting in the menu, so anyone whose ATB bar had filled by that point will then do their action. So setting it back to active, interestingly, I use wait for the next boss too.
What's next? Oh yeah, no, I do the menu back to wait afterwards because of all the encounters that I get into.
Oh, that makes sense. Cool. So we're doing what I learned the hard way. You can only do this section coming up 4 times before. If you fail this section 4 times, it will automatically pass you through. No reason I know that.
It's like the stupidest part of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. You do a different pattern than I do.
Yeah, I find the way that I do this a little bit safer
That's fair.
because I have a bad habit of messing it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, I like that. So yes, if you get caught by any of those guards, that means fighting a battle, which is a waste of time. It means wasting grenades, which you very carefully bought, and it's just an all-around bad time. So failing it 4 times uses up a lot of grenades, so don't do that. But yes, then you talk to this person, or sorry, you walk up to that person, say absolutely nothing, and they hand you a pass card. Don't do that. That is bad security. Oh, you take the stairs. Never thought of doing that. Okay. So this part, you're supposed to read all the books in the bookshelf in order to get the correct answer. But we don't care about the second item you get, only the pass. So it's actually faster to guess because it's always going to be one of 4 options. Orb and Hojo will never be I think it's Orb, and Hojo will never be the correct answer.
Yeah.
So you're faster to just guess. It's first, second, fourth, fifth answers. So in this case, the first answer was the correct one, so it was fastest, but you're always fastest in the speedrun to just mash off through. So for these chests, you are technically supposed to open them in a certain order. And if you don't do the correct order, you'll go to a chest and it'll be locked. But as long as you go to that first chest, that's always going to be the first chest, and you place that first piece in the spot where Couch did it, all of the chests kind of unlock until you open your next chest, and then they all lock until you place your next piece. So the order in which you do it past that first piece is completely up to you, as long as you just do one piece. Pick up one piece at a time and place one piece. It would be awesome if you could go through and mash and open up every chest and then just place them all through.
I know, right?
Whatever order, as long as you do the first one, you go to that only chest that's open and you place it in the first front spot. You can do this whatever way you prefer. Whatever place makes you happening. Oh, the non-stop meowing was at the beginning. Listen, even cheddar cheese needs to break on, sometimes. That meowing takes a lot of work.
This is true. She's sleeping right now.
Yeah, kitties need a lot of sleep. And this is a very up-to-date model. It already has the broken Sector 7. Like, come on, folks. So this chest in the back is usually the last one I bother to get.
Yeah, it's just further away from all the other ones, so I figure may as well do it last.
Yeah, that's what I do. Same order I do it in. Yeah, I was gonna say 8 hours of sleep a day. That sounds like me. I'm in. Oh. So you do get it. What type of encounter you get, because we're not step routing, can change. And of course, you cannot run away from a pincer, so it requires using grenades in order to kill one enemy on one side. And once you have freed up a side, you can then run away. But it is a waste of grenades and very sad.
Indeed.
There's certain points of the game where you're recommended to safety save because of the danger of a pincer.
Yeah.
And those pincers are ones that don't just waste time, they can kill you. And that wastes a lot of time. Or could, wreck your run.
Yeah, that one's a very scary one because they can confuse you, and if you have a grenade queued up, that's not good.
Is it like the self-plex?
Yeah, you throw a grenade at yourself, basically.
We definitely don't do that in this run at all. But instead, we're going to play crawl through, crawl space percent.
I just want to say, whoever hired the architect for this building probably needs to be fired.
Who decided to A, make monsters, and B, make sure all those monsters had spikes, propellers, or lasers? I think a lot of people in this company need to be fired, including Palmer, splits right in the middle. He bends over and literally cracks in two. You're like, Palmer, you're not well. I think you need to go home. Take a nap.
His spine is in the middle of his body.
Yeah, you're just like, what happened? Yeah, exactly. The same guy who designed the Death Star. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely, Doug.
It's fair.
Hojo somehow gets more terrifying with an open mouth, which is impressive because Hojo is pretty terrifying in general. So just to remind you, there are 2 names left, Red 13 and Sid. Currently, if you do make a donation and put a name in there, we are going to put it towards things. But you've got to get a donation in and in time to do that. It's not much longer before Red 13's name comes up. You do have time before Sid's. If you're okay with Vincent only being named by your preferred name for no longer than 30 seconds, then you can absolutely do that. Yeah, technically and Vincent. And Vincent!
I love how the door stays open.
He did that on purpose.
And then it immediately closes afterwards.
That's why he did it on purpose. What's the character name limit? 10. 10 characters. Well, you could donate to name Vincent Redundant.
It's true.
We will
you could
take your
also
money.
donate to name him.
You don't need to donate to do that. I mean... Oh, no, sorry, you do, actually. I was just making myself a liar. You do absolutely need to. I love this section so much. Speaking of bad design and unobservant, so Cloud is not only viewable to us, the viewer, he is also completely not blocked by anyone who is walking towards the screen. So that random employee just didn't see Cloud at all in his really obvious hair. And Hojo, well, Hojo just let us into the floor, so he obviously sees you and doesn't care. So Natara not understanding that we don't knock on glasses with animals inside. Fire Puppy just needs a nap, please.
Where is her head?
She doesn't need a head. That makes it even more terrifying. You have a random, pink body without a head.
Just chilling there.
Just chilling. Cloud not having a good day.
He's had 3 headaches today already.
Mm-hmm. If you are having constant, repetitive, debilitating headaches, please go to the hospital. Go see your doctor. It is not healthy. Don't do like Cloud does and ignores everything. Don't do it. Okay, So Couch is going to open this chest, and he is going to do it now. Okay, you can either open this now or after the upcoming boss fight. It is a necessary materia. We're going to use it for 2 separate fights, and one fight it is like absolutely necessary. Again, you will rip run if you do not have that poison materia. So if you want to learn this, do yourself a favor and do not ever forget to pick that up.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten yet, but I'm sure I will one day. I have accidentally sold my high potion though. That was a cool rip run. Yeah, that was great.
Oh man.
Oh no. So Hojo, being the absolute creepy person he is like, well, both of these people are the last of their species, the fire puppy and the ancient. So what do you do when you have 2 things that are the last of their species? You breed them! Don't do that. Don't do that. Ooh, I see we do have a $5 donation from Apathy Duck. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if that has a name attached. I trust one of our lovely hosts to tell us. So. Sorry, rip his chest out. Do it, Red. Love it. Thank you for that $5. Currently, Vincent is in the neat lead for naming Vincent. Every donation is very appreciated and goes towards the Prevent Cancer Foundation, which is an absolutely wonderful charity. So even in the speedrun, most of the time we name characters down to 1 character, but Red 13 we don't bother because he speaks so little in situations, we just don't bother.
I like to rename him Red 12.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
I missed that. That's amazing. Red 12. That's just rude. Oh my god. That's beautiful. Okay, so we are staying in wait for this battle because those little pill bugs at the beginning are annoying as heck. And they're in the way and they attack a lot. So by sitting in our menu, we are trying to weight trick our grenades so we can get more grenade attacks on HO150. Whatever its numbers are.
Just call him Sample.
Oh, it's HO512, yeah, no. Sample H. And, so they'll attack less, so the battle finishes much quicker because we just don't want to give them much of a chance to attack. They're annoying and attack a lot. And they get remade if you destroy them all, so they're just a waste of time. And
I used to struggle with that fight as a kid all the time.
Me too. So as soon as the speed run was just like, okay, you ignore them, you make sure they don't even attack, I was like, okay, cool, I'm in.
This sounds fun.
Sounds amazing. So we are doing the cardinal sin for breaking up the party, mostly because we don't have enough or we have too many party members and don't want to end up at the end of time. So we are going to take our wonderful party of Knock Cloud, Husbando, and Red 12. EGG Talk donating $5. Thank you so much. If that includes a name, let us know. So we have saved Eris, we have acquired Red 12, and with that we are going to escape because we don't need to stay here any longer. We're done. Go team. Okay, so currently Vincent is still doubly locked. You folks are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
I want to once again reiterate, though, Vincent will retain his name for no more than 30 seconds. But it's going to be a glorious 30 seconds. Do we have a donation total so far? That is an excellent question. I don't know. We do!
Ooh.
Green ham coming for us. Ooh. $632.37. That is incredibly generous. How long until Vincent? Vincent is not for another 2.5 hours. Vincent is at the end of the run.
I hope it's not
Vincent
another 2.5 hours.
Oh, 1.5?
Yeah, like an hour and a half, I hope.
Yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, it is. Vincent is a very key player, though. We need Vincent. Vincent cannot be skipped, will not be skipped. We go go out of our way to get Vincent. Oh, well, good luck, and you can check out the VOD afterwards and see the gloriousness that is currently Vincent.
Yo, thank you,
for the
Thank you.
gels. So our plan went so well. Not only did we free Red 13 and Eris, we got all 5 of us captured because we're a team. Go team! Okay, so we're waiting to trigger things. So we wanted, there's a lot of, we can talk to many people in this section, but the only person we have to talk to is Eris, because talking to her hides another option, the one we need to actually progress the plot. So we do need to talk to her.
I like how you can just freely walk around during this scene too. Like.
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes like that where you can. Where you can just move around and you maybe shouldn't be able to, but it works quite well.
Like, people are supposed to be talking to you. You should be paying attention, not walking in circles in the corner of a room.
Says you. So we have done it. We talked to Eris, and now we're just gonna take a nap because you know what? We've been blowing up reactors and falling down pits. Oh wait, no, we didn't do that one. And dressing up real pretty, and we're just tired. And lo and behold, we wake up and the door is open. Now I love this sequence so much because Cloud checks the door. Wow, the door is open. Let's go out and investigate. Oh, look, the guard is here. What happened? Let me go check in with Natara. Natara wakes up being like, oh, the door is open. Let's go check what's up. Oh, look, the guard is down. Let's go investigate. Okay, we should go and tell everybody else.
Such a strange sequence.
I know. So we'll go tell Husbando, who's like, what? The door's open. Let's go and investigate. It's like the same sequence 3 times. You're like, can you please? So we go get team and we continue on. We're like, okay, things are weird. Why is the door open? Why did someone spill a giant bucket of paint on the ground? Definitely not buckets of blood, we promise.
Just red paint. No worries.
Just red. Yeah, it's fine. Everyone's fine. Everyone's just taking a nap. It's siesta time. So yeah, the whole place is totally trashed. We're like, this is not good. This is not good at all. And rather than just escaping, which is what I think they should do, they try and leave. They're like, no, we're out. We gotta check this out. See what's happening. And lo and behold, President Shinra got a new present. Unfortunately, he got a new present to his spine. And so he is not okay. He received the gift of the Mazamune.
If I must note, I love that Palmer was hidden right behind that pillar.
Yeah, Palmer was like, I'm just gonna stay here and nothing can get me. Palmer is magical. She's like, I don't care. I don't care about anything. I just need to leave. It's like, I'm out skis, Toodles, and then someone who looks like they don't know how to pilot a helicopter or is piloting a helicopter.
Must have been Rufus's dog.
Yeah, exactly. So that brings up a question. So we meet the new President Shinra. What a crew. He's so impressed by everybody.
I love how they all just stand there and stare at him.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do anything, they're just staring at him.
Yeah, he's like, let me monologue. I wish there were Sephiroth Sword Emporium. I'll take 10! And give one of them, maybe two of them damage. So he goes on for a while about how his father won people over with money, and Rufus is gonna run things a little differently, and it's gonna run people over with fear. He's gonna rule the company, and so Cloud is like, this is bad, you should all leave. You should all just get out. Stuff is going very, very wrong. So the team is like, okay, cool, bye. As you do. So Eris is like, I don't really want to leave, not Cloud. So Tara's like, don't worry, I got his back. We got this. We can do it. You three should escape while I stand here and wait. So it is just faster in this scenario to remove Cloud's materia. We don't need it at this point. Just make sure to re-equip it later. It's bad if you don't. I've done that. I've just been like, fine. So we have entered the elevator. I'm sure we all remember how terrible this elevator is. It's annoying. It's a distance fight. You can't hit anything unless you've got long range. But guess what? Grenades are long range. So this fight gets really tricky. Charger's mine. So we basically, you press A to win. As soon as you've selected your grenades, which is a quick up and A will do automatically, then you just hold A, everyone attacks with those grenades, and the only thing you have to keep an eye on is Eris's health. You absolutely need her alive at the end of this battle, and we have no way to bring her back if she dies. So with the amount of hits you take, both before now and at this point, Eris has a full limit bar, so if her health gets low enough, we'll just take a turn and have her heal everybody up, including herself, which will help things greatly. But yes, we're a lot, some of that math we were talking about earlier depends on Eris, so we need her to be alive and well and at certain levels. So her dying in a boss fight, not good. So, boss part 1 is done. Time. Boss take 2.
You know, it's a good speed run when you don't even have to hold the controller to win.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out here. It's good. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Oh no, Red 12 was taking a nap.
Yeah, he's tired.
Someone's doing something noisy.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Getting close.
I heard that uh-oh. Yeah, that health on Eris is not so good. Oh, yeah, that would be an uh-oh. I see that. Uh-oh, indeed.
I think we got it off in time.
I'm a little scared for you, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm behind you, so
Just
we're
barely.
fine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh!
That couldn't have been any closer.
That literally could not have been any closer. Oh boy. That is definitely closer than I run it. But, oh, you did it. Oh, and it hit her too. Oh god. Good thing this battle's almost done.
Good RNG.
This is a little terrifying. Whew, but we did it. Go team. She can die at this point because there's no more experience she's gonna get before she gets a free heal. So, but now it's back to Rufus. So, and Cloud's like, I'm gonna fight you. So I'm curious to see what your puppy strats are. Is it limit or grenade?
It's grenade.
Grenade. So
Because limit usually does like 120 for me.
Yeah, there's two different strategies. You want to take out Dark Nation first. Dark Nation is annoying. You do not want to let that puppy live. Sorry, puppy. But if you try and do the limit, there's a higher than you want chance that it won't just kill in one shot. So you could end up wasting a turn. But if you can get the limit to work, you save a grenade. So it's kind of 6 and 1/2 dozen the other situation, because you could try the limit and still need to use a grenade anyways. But 4 grenades to Rufus and he'll be done. So please keep a close eye out on his eyes. And who's piloting that helicopter? Bear's driving. So Rufus's eyes are totally fine. Don't worry about it. I was kind of guessed that Palmer is piloting the helicopter.
Yeah, that's what I guessed as well.
Okay, so now that we're done, it's been a long time since we have done any sort of saving. We saw how low Eris's HP got. We still have things coming out of the woodwork trying to kill us here, including these gumball machines who are just outright jerks. Wow, they're really not looking very nice at all.
Nope,
So,
not even a little bit.
We want a safety save. Make sure we can get through this because it has been quite a while. And while we're at it, we're gonna equip that materia that we had removed previously because we want to make sure to we have that. It's required for the next boss fight. So Nataro's like, what happened to Rufus? And Cloud's like, gotta wait, gotta go. Speaking of getting away, let us also get away. So I hope everyone is ready for one of the best parts of the run. It is time for cutscenes, followed closely by motorcycles.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let all you folks enjoy the beautifulness which is this cutscene.
I just love how thick that glass sign is, and they just crush through it like it's no big deal.
I love that from chat. Get in, loser. We're going to Shinra. So this minigame was always super frustrating to me as a, when I originally played it, or anytime I've played it casually, because trying to aim and hit the enemies is annoying. So there's multiple colors of bikes, and we are looking to get 3 red bicycles, because you can only have 3 bikes on the screen at a time. And again, they all have different AIs, and the red ones have an AI that as long as Cloud is swinging his sword, they will stay behind him. So provided we can get 3, this becomes a lot easier. Also, look at the little portraits. They are actually blinking. You stare at them for long enough, you just watch them wink and blink, and you're like, what's happening? Got 2 here. Yeah, got the 3. Listen, when does Shinra make good decisions? We don't... So yeah, now the hardest part is just continuing to mash, so Cloud will keep swinging his sword. You don't know where the road started from. We just jumped onto it from the foot.
Absolutely. Where we're going, we don't need roads, though. Just remember that.
Yeah, exactly. I can't hear the music, and that crushes my soul. Oh, M-Chan, you got this. I don't know what your run is, but I'm sure it's amazing. And you'll rock it. Just channel this inner chase scene. Bring it into your run. I'm not quite sure how they're related, but it always makes me feel bad. I hate this turn. They tried to keep it like so the mechanics all work depending on how you're facing and just made it confusing. Oh, you killed one! No!
Least favorite part.
Oh yeah, now this part has some very serious counting you have to do to manipulate this boss. Do you need serious time? Do you mean stop talking?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm good.
So, this is Motorball, a boss we are definitely only ever going to see once, who has lots of spikes on. And so, one of the reasons you want to help save and have your party not hit the car a lot is so they get less damage. They're less hurt at the beginning of this battle. But we're going to be doing a count. So the magic numbers are 5, 4, and 4, and that is how many times Cloud attacks and how many times each of the others attack. Once we get to that count, with not Cloud doing lightning and the other two doing grenades, we will stop putting in all inputs until Motorball does his attack or starts gearing up for his counterattack phase. That will manipulate his script, which will actually skip one of his attacks. A very powerful, very ouchy attack. But in doing so, because you don't want to deviate from the script at all, your HP can sometimes get low, and it can be really scary. Kind of just want to sit in, focus, and get it done. But as long as you stick to the count, it's very rare that the fight goes wrong. Possible, but rare. So as you're sitting, we're on Barrett's turn and not doing anything. But as soon as Motorball starts moving like that to transform, that's when we're safe to start attacking again. So we've skipped his counterattack, and it means Motorball is actually almost dead. This battle is very close to being over. And done. So that is quite a scary fight. I've had characters die right at that end part there. And you're just like, "Urgh." Before I learned that it's scarier without the 544 though.
100%,
there's more that can go wrong. Yeah, there's much more that can go wrong. So as long as you stick with that 544 script, while it looks scary, it's actually generally much safer. But with that, we have hit the end of the Midgar sequence. There's one last thing we need to do here, which is called Barrett's skip. So what we're going to do is, I talked about it earlier in the run, but when you trigger two different types of text boxes at the same time, aka a button to press, a button to activate text box and a movement to activate text box, it allows you to move in sequences and in scenes where you should not be able to move. And we're going to trigger one such of these here in order to escape Midgar before the actual plot trigger lets us. And you will know when we've done it correctly as so, because everything goes a little wonky. And so everyone else is still talking, and Cloud's like, nope, out skis, we're done. And it saves a huge amount of time to do that. And also sets up for some things that is going to be really important for later on in the run. One of the things to reference is we don't actually heal. Usually you would heal leaving there, I believe, but you don't this way, and it's, so the cutscene flag never quite clears. So we need that. It's very, very important. So we've reached Calm, the first village outside of Midgar, where we're going to do some shopping, and then we're going to do some cutscenes, because boy, do we want some backstory. Don't you want to know what's going on here? So we're going to sell the Talisman, Protect Ring, and the Star Amulet because we don't need them at all. And instead we're going to pick up potions, Phoenix Downs, tranquilizers, and tints. And we are going to use all of those, very importantly. And we are, we're going to get the big lore. And it doesn't matter when you show up, what you do before coming here. Husbando tells you you're late. You're like, I literally followed behind me. How behind you? How can I be late?
Exactly. And then he interrupts your story like 4 times.
Yes, he does. Oh my god, yeah, Natara has no time for Husbando's business at all, because Husbando's constantly like, but I got a question. And Natara's like, just stop. Save your question, ask it at the end. And she was the exact same on the stairs. Barrett was complaining, and Tifa was just like, if you do not stop, my fist, your face. So here we are, getting a flashback with Sephiroth. We are Baby Cloud, or Baby Not Cloud, doing some squats, chilling on a truck, definitely who we say we are. And there's actually a battle which is coming up, where there's some RNG involved. So we're gonna fight a dragon in a moment. And there's kind of two main scenarios we want to have happen here. First one is we just don't want the dragon to hit Cloud at all. That would be ideal. Because if the dragon hits Cloud, Cloud is dead. That's it. Full stop, period. But if the dragon does happen to hit Cloud and Cloud inevitably dies, we want Sephiroth to be a cold, heartless jerk and not attack Cloud, or not life to Cloud. We're gonna see how this goes. Come on, not Cloud. Pattern on the chest part. He has an X across, if that's what you're talking about. That is actual straps.
Yeah, that's like part of his
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah, he has an open cloak, like an open jacket, and just leather straps crossed in an X, keeping it closed, because why?
It just doesn't
yes,
translate well to the massive amount of polygons they used.
At all. He is so boggled by this. And laughing, because why? Oh, and I can't time my favorite part. Won't work out if I like to wee as Cloud runs out, because like they see you stop watching run and it's just like wee. So of course Husbando's like, I have a question, and Nataru's like, stop. He's like, but I have, and Nataru's like, if you do not, I will end, and he's like, okay, I'll wait. Poor Husbando gets a bad rap. So Sephiroth's like, oh, this is nice. Go visit your family, relax or something, mission tomorrow, blah blah. And you're like, I have no family. Into the inn you go. You're like, why would I leave when you're here?
Alright. I'm supposed to be learning from you.
Yeah, I was gonna go the Twilight way of things. Like,
Oh, well, I mean,
creepy.
that too.
We're gonna go all creepy on this. Anyways, so we're gonna get some sleep. We're not gonna stay up. So we're here, we have to wait for the guide to show up. And once the guide gets there, even though Cloud is from this area, we still need a guide. Don't ask, we don't question. And so it turns out the guide is Natara, who is the #1 guide, just the best at guiding, and wears the cutest outfit. Like that cowgirl outfit. She has had an obsession with westerns from a young age, and she looks fab. So there's a random townsfolk who's like, can I get a picture? Like, there are not only soldiers here, which is wow enough, but Sephiroth is here. I need a picture. And so they're like, fine. So they take a picture, and Sephiroth's like, grr, let's go. And so they leave. And that is all. There are no more pictures. So Mako Reactor was built in Mount Nebel. Cold mountain air. Mount Nebel was the same.
How cold
Yes,
are we
see?
talking, though?
So cold. I don't know, they just say. I should have just said cheap. It's too late. So we're on this rickety bridge. Like, she should know it's not safe, but apparently she did not, so we get a bunch of people. I just love how at the beginning, Cloud just kind of stands there, and it starts going, and he just slides down a little. You're just like, Cloud, please? Please? And he's like, okay, maybe I will fall.
He's trying.
He's trying so hard. So alas, they've fallen down, and it turns out one of their party members is missing. And Sephiroth explains, he's like, this may seem heartless, but we have to go. We can't search for our missing party member. We don't have time. We're here on this mission. Apparently it's important. We gotta go. So poor person gets left behind. Don't worry about it. I'm sure they're totally fine. So the cave is weirdly colored. They care because it has to do with the high amounts of Mako in the area, which is one of the reasons why a Mako reactor was built. For energy. So we can look at pretty Mako in nature. Aw, materia in nature. Look at it.
So I never understood like how it becomes like materia. Like even though he explains it, it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't even think it really makes sense. I think it goes through. I think it goes through a refining process, like you would refine a crystal you would find. Same sort of thing.
Fair enough.
So you can put it in gear though, but I think it's also less pure that way.
Got it. See, that makes a little bit more sense.
But we've almost made it to the Mako reactor. This is also a set of stairs I really hate.
Oh yeah, these ones are probably the hardest ones, to be honest.
They're definitely not super nice. So Tifa, wants to go inside, look at the reactor, and they're like, no, there's classified stuff in here. You're just our guide. No. And they're like, just no, you can't. You have to stay trapped outside. And she's like, but rude. So rude.
Magic is probably my favorite explanation of how anything works.
Yeah, agreed. Especially in games like this where there is magic, you're just like, yes, it's just magic. So this part is annoying because, as you can see, Sephiroth walks real slow. You can walk out and walk back in, similar to the beginning of the run, in order to kind of zone him out. But if you're not on step route, you risk getting a random encounter. So, which is slower than just waiting for Sephiroth. So, I do it based on whatever mood I'm in on the time. I'm starting to get a feel with my own movements and how the step route is for how I do things as to whether it's safe or not. But, either way works pretty equally as well. Same way Locke teleports in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Figaro Castle. So yeah, to look in the window, Sephiroth says, look in the window, but you can't just walk up to the thing and look in the window. You have to go up to Sephiroth, where he once again tells you to look in the window, and then you do. You're like,
Makes sense.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
I mean, we are just level 1 Cloud.
We are level puny Cloud, that is for sure. Sorry, level puny not Cloud. Because we are definitely Cloud. So Sephiroth's being particularly rude. And just whips the Mazamune out of nowhere. Cloud is right behind him and starts swinging it. Thankfully, Cloud has good reflexes because that was dangerous. This is an enclosed space with a really strong sword, Sephiroth. Please.
No, he should really start thinking about his responsibility more.
He really should. He was the general in Wutai War. He should know better. Also, say hi to those fabulous leggings. Like, look, that fluorescent color. So good. The only time you ever hear someone say that they're surprised that Shinra is producing monsters.
I know, right?
Yeah. Later, it's you're surprised they're producing such ugly monsters. So, in a casual game, you've probably been playing this through this cutscene for a while, and they're like, "Do you want to take a break? Maybe want to save?" But we're speedrunners. We're like, no, keep going, please. There's still more game left.
But mashing.
But mashing. So for anyone who's never noticed, there's a meteor on the gate for Shinra Manor because they could not make this game more meta than they already have. It's literally the logo for this game. You're like, why would there's no canonical reason why there should be a meteor on that gate. It makes no sense other than the designers going oh hey, we've got that in our title, we should put that on the gate. No!
I didn't think they think anybody would ever notice.
Yeah, well. When you speedrun a game, time over time, you start noticing weird things because you just start looking around because you've seen these scenes so many times.
That's a fair point. I actually never noticed that till you pointed it out.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. I'm helping you. Doing a favor for a friend.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. So, Sephiroth has started doing something dangerous. He started reading. We don't like that. But seriously, he's reading the reports which were left behind by Professor Gast and Hojo from when they were running experiments when Sephiroth was a child and before, and is learning not so good things, and is doing nothing but reading, because not once did the light in the basement go out, which is good because that's better for his eyes, but don't read for days straight, get some sleep, and then continue reading.
Yeah, exactly.
So Cloud is obviously bored, just being like, ugh, take a nap in this dirty, rotten manner.
I want to know who's ringing that bell.
That ominous music, it's fine,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. That's totally normal, nothing to be concerned about.
Alright.
Doing a run, whee! And this is where we pick up Vincent. No, I wish you could. That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty interesting. Well, I mean, I think you can. All
Not
you
right
need to
here,
know
you
is
can't.
Oh, you can't actually open the safe.
Mm-mm.
Dang.
You're in a flashback.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because right now you can't even access any of the things you need to access, because it's the key you need, and you can't access that stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You
It
need
would
to
also
have the
mean-
clues.
Yeah. It would also mean Vincent was hanging around for, however many years.
Maybe he was.
Mm-hmm. So needless to say, we're a traitor apparently because Sephiroth, from his research, has learned, and that learned is in quotation marks, that his mother Genova was actually belonged to a race of ancients who were protecting the planet and were all destroyed. And so he needs to destroy the planet in order to save his mother, and because he's not human and some such. Really weird logic, but he's convinced himself he has to destroy the world. And you're like, excuse me? And Sephiroth's like, fire! Guess what I hear helps every situation.
A barbecue.
Barbecue. Well, barbecue does help. So you don't really get to meet Zygon during the speedrun. He is Tifa's martial arts master. So you check in what is actually your house, and nobody's alive. Strangely not broken up about it. It's time for fire.
Somehow he's not burning.
Don't worry about it. We got a $5 donation from Doomtrap. Thank you, or Doomtap. Thank you so much. Is that going towards a name of any sorts? Should let us know if it does.
Forewarning, there is flashing images coming up, so to anybody that is photosensitive watching, I will let you know before they're about to start.
Yeah, sorry, I saw the name and thought it was Doomtrap. Both names are excellent. And it's apparently goes to Runner's Choice. Do you have a name you'd like that to go to, Couch?
Yeah, I want to name Sid Kane.
Ooh. Done. Not the first time. I feel a little less bad, but it's unfortunately my modus operandi to mess up people's names. I'm glad I messed yours up in a really cool way, but I apologize.
Messing up names is the cornerstone of being a streamer, right?
I had a spammer come into my channel once and tried to trick me into saying something profane. But it failed because I'm so bad at pronouncing names and things correctly. I was supposed to do a shout out to their friend, and my mod banned them shortly thereafter and explained what happened. But it didn't work because I mispronounced it so horribly. I didn't say the naughty thing they wanted me to, and it was funny.
That's fantastic.
It was like, yes, saved. So poor Tifa took one for the team. Got sliced directly by the Mazmune because she's put all of her skills into fist weapons and other such martial arts, not into swords. So she just couldn't manage it. And that sword is ridiculous anyways. So yes, this is where the section of flashing is coming up.
Yeah.
So if you have any sort of flashing sensitivities, Couch will let you know exactly when to look away, and you will miss literally nothing other than terrible flashing.
Indeed.
I have no flashing problems, and I have problems with it sometimes.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a little rough on the eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Genova lost her head sometime between here and when they transported her to Midgar.
Well, she loses it right here. This is where she loses.
Well, that's the robot, because her head's connected.
No, I'll show you. Yeah, you see it. Sephiroth chops it off here. Because this is the robot part.
Mm-hmm. And then the head's on the body here.
Yeah, but if you look at him after, when he turns around, he's holding the head.
I have not seen that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Must looking.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was in other versions of the game. They've clarified it, but yeah, it is in this cutscene.
Flashing images are about to start, so I recommend looking away, and I'll let you know when they're over.
Okay, and the live stream cutscene, they show it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because you actually get to see Sephiroth leave, because here the cutscene ends. But yeah, when you get that far, when you see the actual proper people in this cutscene.
And they are over.
Yay! Flashing lights are over. But yeah, when you see the full cutscene, you see him walk out, and he's holding the head. So yes, technically you are correct. It is between here and Midgar.
Hooray!
So in this spot, you actually pick the bottom text option, and it's because otherwise Husbando keeps talking. So
Like
you
always.
just agree with Husbando. You're just like, okay, Husbando, whatever you say, and he's like, cool, and leaves. What a fascinating story. I agree, Red 12. I agree. Red 12 does not roll off the tongue in the same way.
No, it does not. I agree.
I like it. I love the concept of it, but it's just... Also, we got the most OP item in the game. We got a cell phone.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. So thanks to your donations, we are going to be saving the snake.
Oh, baby.
Spoilers, we're going to save the snake anyways.
I'll do my best to not trigger the cutscene. That's a tough one not to hit.
Oh, I meant the other snake.
Oh, that snake.
That snake always does. But you have to trigger the cutscene, or you have to not trigger the cutscene twice otherwise. That's too much effort.
Yeah.
I don't even bother anymore. Okay, so we're doing what's called the Zolom skip. So Couch is using the camera to manipulate the path of the Midgar Zolom, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to get a chocobo. You don't have to do any of that. You just run right across. And he skipped the cutscene that was there. So I like to refer to these as the it broke my knife crabs. Crab battle. Listen, when you think about a crab who could do terrible damage to you, that is what they look like in my brain.
I agree.
Welcome to Natara's Old Meme Hour with your host. Also, if you like Elena, say hi to her right now. Is the only time you're gonna see her. Hi, Elena. We love you.
Yeah, she doesn't have much of a role in this run.
She has zero role. Well, this is her role in this run. To tell us where we have to go next, Junon Harbor. I love Junon Harbor. Don't you,
Yeah,
Couch?
I think it's probably one of my favorite places to go besides Costa del Sol.
Yeah, we're gonna do the parade,
Heck yeah.
and everything's gonna go totally great.
Everybody loves doing the parade.
I mean, yeah, gotta get them ratings. So, but you know what? It has been a while since we've had a save. So we're gonna make sure to do that. And so we don't wreck anything. But you know what's actually even more fun than parades in Junon Harbor? Flashbacks!
You know, I
So-
didn't get enough of Nibelheim the first time.
And you know what? It really didn't feel right. There was something about that story that just did not sit right with me.
Yeah.
There's something hinky going on, so I think we need to do it again to make sure we find out the real story about what happened in Nibelheim.
Plus, we gotta fight this dragon again, you know, because it was so fun the first
Yeah.
time.
That dragon is the most fun. We're gonna do it. He was 16. Did you know?
Who was 16? Not Cloud?
Cloud! Not
Not
Cloud.
Cloud.
Not Cloud. Yeah, not Cloud was 16.
I did not know that, actually. The more you know.
Apparently, the more you play this, the more you actually get a chance to read the very quickly scrolling text boxes.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, with the amount of rain that's coming down, or snow, with those windshields, that's really not safe to drive.
Oh, yeah. And I like how you go outside in the fight and there's no snow.
Yeah, it's beautiful out.
Beautiful. That's
Okay,
rain. Okay,
let's-
fair.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, look, it is raining there. Look how authentic things are. Let's see what they do. No, not Cloud. No, not Life 2. Sephiroth, why would you do this?
I
to
know,
us?
right? How dare he? At least it was only one.
No, you have not missed why we have to do this section again. Well, obviously we have to do it to find out the true meaning
Of
behind
love.
White Cloud. Yeah, the true meaning of love. And that cute as heck cowgirl outfit.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. What? Nah.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even know why we're doing this section again.
Because we love Nibelheim?
This is true.
Don't worry, we're gonna explain what's happening here. It's just a little more funny if there's a bit of suspense. We are here on purpose. There's no accidental coming back in here. We are back here for a purpose that could not be accomplished the first time because we needed a save point. We needed a save file which we did not have generated beforehand.
Yeah, if we were allowed to use save files from beforehand, this run would be a lot shorter.
There is the New Game Plus version, but I don't know what changes, and that one does require having save files created. I'm not sure if it's just the same run, but again, you've got those save files already and what that would change. But yeah, in the New Game Plus version of this,
Yeah.
you do use pre-made save files. So.
Nice. Did not know.
I just don't know any of the actual details as to, you know, which are the save files. Are they these save files? Are they slightly different ones? It's the similar sort of shenanigans, but so we're back. Picture guy is there, but you know what? We're gonna try something a little different. Oh, this one's a lot harder than Barrett's Skip, I
This
find.
is
So what we're trying
the
to
hardest one.
It is. So we're trying to talk to Picture Guy. At the same time, we're trying to trigger Sephiroth yelling at us. And if we can get those triggered at the same time, we're going to do something called Picture Skip. And while we mechanically could have done it the first time we were here, we wouldn't have what we needed to actually complete it. So we've done it. We've got the skip. We're moving where we shouldn't be able to. So usually, Sephiroth would be like, "Calm down. Don't worry about it." And you'd be sent back and have to wait. But there's no waiting. There's no time for waiting. We have to go. So we're going to continue on, but it's going to, because of flags which are and aren't set, because of being in cutscenes and not, we're going to have some really fun things happening. So this is a lot more fun if you kind of just get to sit and enjoy what's happening. So we don't have time for rickety bridges. We know that these bridges are not stable, so Couch and Cloud are gonna hang out outside instead. Way more fun. And not playing nicely at all. We've reset the game at this point, so any sort of RNG which might have been there, any sort of step count we might have been on, is gone.
Yeah.
It just totally does. And apparently so's our life. Well,
Oh, no.
that's the thing. Well, you know what? We did do this once before. I'm not sure we're going to solve the mystery today, so we might as well just keep on and go to Junon Harbor. Yeah, so because you skipped that, you did not have Sephiroth with you, which allows you to die. Sephiroth is far too powerful. Far, far too powerful to have anything happen otherwise. So we're gonna fight this battle. It's just gonna be faster rather than trying to run away. We use a couple of our grenades. We don't have many left because of that extra pincer we had to fight, but we still have some. And we've used them for most of the purpose we need. Okay, and back in the cutscene we go, except we have a full party. So, yeah, if you read the chat, I'll let Prof Ness explain that to you, since he is so dedicated in explaining that. But we now have our party that we did. Our party
I love that
warped
so much.
through because we manipulated the flags. So, we're in the battle. We're in Nibelheim, but because we have our current game party and not the past game party, the game is like, oh, you must be in actual present Nibelheim, not past Nibelheim as well. So Couch is doing a very specific setup here. So when we were talking earlier about math, getting the mithril rod, very specific levels having to do with Eris, we had to do this with her here in order to get everything set up for this coming boss, because let me tell you friends, we're about to do some math. I hope you love math. We have so much of it. Da-da-da. Okay, so Materia Keeper, who is not a particularly nice fight regularly. So all of this run relies on us managing to get that poison proc onto Materia Keeper. And hoping he does not start with Trine, which he did not in this case, because that's just an Alt F4, we just end things. So, whether this poison procs is RNG, we are purposely curing Materia Keeper in between, because he has got, again, we're doing very specific math. Yeah, and so we had a character die, and in that case, there's nothing you can do. It's trying to dig yourself out from a character dying is actually slower than just resetting and starting. And sometimes you'll have the perfect fight, and that sort of thing happens. Speaking of cats, my cat is leading my mother. Thank you. So we got that rock right away. Sometimes this fight just works. So again, there are very particular things that are happening here. We wanted to get that elixir off right away. And we're going to be giving Materia Keeper here a collection of potions.
Giving him presents.
Presents! So, and this fight is faster and much more particular because it is in active mode. The safe strat that I use is not in active mode. Now, this is the hit we needed to do. The very tight, that was close. 13 damage from Eris is very important. Tossing that last high potion got Materia Keeper's HP exactly to 7777, which activated the status effect of Lucky 7. So anyone whose HP is 7777 will attack, all their damage will be 7777, which sounds terrifying to you. However, poison, any damage done by poison counts as damage done by yourself. So, if your damage is 7777, a poison you have on you is going to do 7777. So you kill Materia Keeper with math for the exact amount of health he had left. So, very quick. I won't say very easy because it's not. It's very precise and terrifying, but definitely good. Picking up that counter materia that a Materia Keeper leaves behind, definitely important. So Eris, thank you so much for your great work. It is time for you to go now. So we are purposely curing everyone up, making sure they're sad. The sadness is twofold. It's mostly so you take less damage, but it also does slow down getting the limit breaks, which can be helpful, mostly for that Materia Keeper fight. But here, you just take less damage, so that was nice. So yes, that's why the sadness. So we want to take less damage because we're very squishy.
Oh yeah.
And we don't like that. So sadness, it charges up your limit break slower, but you take less damage. And that's kind of what we're looking for. So we're going to talk to this lovely gentleman who wants to just gaze at the beauty of this leaning tower of rocket that we have. So for taking time to appreciate the rocket, he gives us the lovely present of the Yoshiyuki. So this is a sword specifically for not Cloud, and what it does is for every party member in your active party who is not alive, you get a power boost. I think it's as much of 100% per party member, but it's a lot, not
Yeah.
So
very significant.
Yeah, it's a very significant amount. So we are going to we're going to abuse that, and we're going to start killing party members so Cloud can just start hurting people. And by people, we mean bosses. So that counter materia is going to work together with our dead party members and the Yoshiyuki to do lots of damage while Cloud focuses on keeping himself alive or doing extra damage in fights where he does not need to work on keeping himself alive. But first, we had to go and look in Sid's house, because if we don't talk to Shara and look at the plane, we can't actually get in the rocket to talk to Sid. And we want to talk to Sid.
So for Sid's name, was it just the one from my choice?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I hear some cheese.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Kane. Now, why would he be called Kane? It's because he's a dragoon, and so it's Kane from Final Fantasy IV. You should have requested the name be Doomtrap. That would have been fabulous. There are enough characters. So Sid, of course, is upset because he was going to go to space. It was his dream. And then the rocket launch got stopped, and Shinra was just like, well, this dream is dead, bye. And he's like, my last hope, I gotta talk to Rufus in order to get that funding so I can go to space. Yeah, they are both high winds,
Would that
too.
make
That's
Sid a space dragoon?
Yes. He's a space dragoon who, yeah, he's also a high wind, so now he is truly Kane Highwind. Love it. I've never thought about that before, but you're right.
Excuse me, not Cloud.
Yeah, he's much less classy than Kane. Kane just betrays you forever. Sid just swears a lot and is really terrible. It's funny, because of the way this speedrun works, you basically only get to see the worst of everyone. Because so many of the characters develop and change, and you get to see them going, and it's great. But because of the sections of this game we see, we just get to see everyone at their absolute worst. You don't get to see anyone develop, you don't get to see them being cool, awesome people. You just get to see them all being terrible jerks who run away from responsibility, who swear and mistreat people, who interrupt and blow up things. Like, it's a little funny. So this is a long cutscene just to show that he blames Shara for the launch not happening, and as you find out if you play the casual game, she actually saved his life because the rocket would have exploded if she hadn't fixed what she hadn't fixed. And why they stopped the launch, because she was fixing something, and so she was gonna die if they launched because she was in the part that gets really hot from the rockets. But according to her, the rocket was gonna explode if she didn't fix it. So he stopped the launch to save her life and blames her for the loss of his dreams. But she was right. Don't be a jerk and trust your people.
I know, right?
Oh, he's drinking tea. I like that emoji. That was a weird noise, Cheese.
She's demanding attention.
But we're playing video games. This is a great time to take a quick stretch and stuff because you don't actually need to. As long as that counter's going, all the text boxes move automatically.
Or pet a kitty.
Or pet a kitty. Everyone, love your kitties. Aww. If you have kitties. If not, just stretch. I love hearing her meow. She talks to us so nice.
She's the true star of the show, by the way.
Accurate. There's no lie in that statement. Also, Sid, language. Yeah, this is now cap percent. Let's be real, Saban, it was always cap percent. We just pretend it isn't. We're gonna watch the rocket go tippy tippy tippy. Now, this boss which is coming up is truly quite terrifying for just many reasons. Like, it's just a scary fight. But one of the things which makes it the worst is if you die, you have to watch all these cutscenes again.
Yeah.
And they're like 8 minutes long. Because from the closest place you can save before they start, it is like 8 minutes. So you do not want to die to this fight, but it is pretty scary.
Oh yeah.
So it is definitely, I consider it the final boss of this run.
I agree with you on that one. This is a pretty rough boss.
Yeah, there are other things you can die to from, where the game and the run goes, but none of them affect you so critically terribly if you die. Unless you pick wrong options, and then things can go bad.
Yeah.
But I've never done that!
This fight can be a little safer by playing with it on wait, but on active, just as long as you keep Cloud alive, that's your main goal, is just keep Cloud alive.
Yeah. And that's where the counter material really comes into handy, because it means you can have Cloud just worrying about keeping himself alive, and he will just counter when required. Try and get any few hits in that you can. Trying to cast Bio, this is the other use of this this poison materia. You want to try and get that poison proc on Palmer. Is it required? No. Does it make the fight a lot faster? Yes! Yes, it does. The only required use is for the Materia Keeper fight. But thankfully, that did proc quite quickly. So we're going to toss our last couple of grenades. This is the fight where you run out of grenades. If you have any. Do you have any grenades after this fight? I don't know what to tell you. You've done something either amazingly well or amazingly wrong, because this is always where I run out of grenades. If I even have them at the first place. But this is the last place you really need grenades, so. Because after this, it's just the Not Cloud show. With that counter materia and the Yoshiyuki, you really don't need grenades. You're way out damaging. Look, look at the amount of damage Cloud does with just one party member dead. Now, ideally, excellent, at the end of this fight, you want both of your party members dead. There are strats and things you can do to fix it if they don't die at this fight, but that is some time you can lose having to fix that, so you just let them die. Yeah, making sure you have that restore materia on Cloud here.
Oh yeah, very important.
Yeah, so between the poison proc, you know, the poison hits, and any counterattacks that Cloud does, which he's not being very generous with today.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. And you had days like this where he's just like, nah, you know what, I don't think I want to counter. Oh, there he goes, and he misses. Yeah, he also misses a lot. I find that happens to me too. But yeah, his Cloud's job truly is just keeping himself alive. And in any case, Palmer does eventually run out of MP, and so he just stands there dancing, because his literal only move is Mako Gun, and it takes and once he runs out, he'll just dance. And now he's doing some weird monkey dance. Oh no!
The true hero we all needed.
Yeah, the true hero we all needed. That truck. So, I want it noted, we didn't kill Palmer, the truck killed Palmer. Or we assume.
Well, we don't see Palmer again, so...
Yeah, so, where's the lie?
We're just gonna pretend he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. So now that that's done, we're gonna steal this plane, because at no point in time did we get permission to take this plane. We just decided since we need it, and no one else is around, we're gonna take it, like cool people that we are.
And for some reason, Sid is able to run fast enough to keep up with this airplane. I would like to know how he got that skill.
But look at his run. His run is amazing. He runs legs first. It's fun. The short section of the game where he's the main character, because you just run around the airship with him and he's just legs first going. You're like,
that's amazing.
Just keep him forever. He's the A+ star runner of this game.
That's why I can't wait to learn no slots.
Yeah, exactly. Text also automatically scrolls here, and you get one like a winner like this from Sid. Sid, please. Such a sploosh. So now that we have our plane, we're heading to the Temple of the Ancients. The blue text showing up a whole pile.
Oh yeah.
Telling us that we are going next to the Temple of the Ancients.
That's absolutely where we need to go.
Yeah. And it's true, Dragon Lord Carter. He is a dragoon, so he's got leg muscle for days. I can't argue with that statement. Seems like fact. He is Kane Highwind.
They really want you to go there because they said it 3 times. So
3 times.
It must be important.
Blue. Yep. So we are definitely going to the Temple of the Ancients. No doubt. Would we lie to you? The answer is yes. We would absolutely lie to you.
110%.
Temple of the Ancients. 110. We're not going to Temple of the Ancients. That's where heiresses go to die. We ain't got time for that. She's epic, and we love her. She did really good work against Materia Keeper, and it's time for her to have a rest now. She's just going to chill and enjoy her time off. Honestly, one of the things I found really difficult about learning this run was learning the path that you had to take here. I kept just taking wrong turns and being like, where am I?
Why am I at the south end of this continent?
Yeah, where did this come from?
Why am I at Utai?
What is Wutai? I don't understand. Okay, so we have made it back to Nibel? Not Nibelheim, sorry, to Midgar. Well, you know what? We love Midgar, so we're gonna come hang out here again.
Heck yeah.
Because that's what you do, right? Right?
Absolutely.
I do want to make sure we're not going to bring back either Husbando or Red 12. They're done. They've done really good solid work, but they've done their work now. They also are getting the rest they deserve. And we're heading back. We have more snakes to dodge. It's very important. Oh hey, more friendos. Trying to back attack. That's just rude.
I know, right?
Thankfully, it's the beginning area. They don't do much damage, but you do want to make sure you're cured up. Because we are going to be fighting some things coming up, which can be a little cruel at times. This particular walk we're taking isn't. Do get to see the Zolmskip again, hopefully. I have faith that we're going to see it. So again, we're manipulating the Zolom by keeping the camera going. We're sending it off into the corner.
Rip snack.
Didn't quite, yeah, did not dodge the cutscene this time, but meh.
It's
My
a lot harder
husbando
to
is
hit
dead.
than it looks like.
The true secret is, Barrett's not my real husbando for this game. Rufus is. Yeah, Rufus is the original husbando. Hi, Natara's kitty. Hello. I'm being ignored. I'm like cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese loves catch. My kitty's like, nah, we're good.
It's been a while since we saved, so I figure might as well.
Might as well. Saving's important. You know what else is not only important but super fun?
I like motorcycles. Yeah, motorcycles are really fun. I
Yeah,
really like this cutscene though, more than anything.
Yeah, the cutscene is really good. Honestly, the graphics in this cutscene are the only thing which even pretend to keep up.
I know, right?
With the times. Everything else, the graphics are truly atrocious. But at least in this cutscene, you can see where some of the graphics were kind of good.
My only question from the cutscene is how big are Barrett's feet?
I love how they're just like, husbando!
Because if you look at Barrett's feet, he has huge feet.
Is this Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, I do remember when Final Fantasy VII came out and the graphics were like, oh my god, they're so pretty. Yeah, that's much.
Now, not the greatest.
No, they're really not. But look at that motorcycle. Also, I question why you question Barrett's foot size when he has a gun for an arm.
That's very true, but we know why he has a gun for an arm.
But that still doesn't work. Yes, best graphics. Best graphics indeed. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy this cutscene, and then we're gonna enjoy motorcycles. That's right that you can't look away, and I recommend at this point not looking away. This is where it starts getting exciting, because, you know, everything exciting starts with motorcycles. So, like you remember from last time, we want 3 red motorcycles. Hey, we got one already! Oh, and then there's a blue one. Why doesn't it listen to us? Oh, we're good. We're just gonna hang back here. Everything's fine.
I think they can handle it.
Yeah, I think they've got it. Everything is totally just great. They're attacking the truck. That's fine, don't worry about it. We're too tired. Listen, this run's already been going for almost 2.5 hours. We ain't got time to manage them. I think they can manage their own health for a little while.
I think they've got it.
They got it. They've totally got this. Look, they're still blinking. Even after their HP runs out, they'll still be just sitting there blinking. So they're fine. Just taking a nap. Nap skis. Oh no, maybe they don't. Do they still blink? thought they did, but it's too small a character. Either way, they're fine, and it's starting to get Cloud some damage.
I don't think they blink anymore when they're down.
We'd never see it. But yes, as you can see, we're playing this cutscene a little bit differently than the last time. I think all the little portraits look like some, 90s MSP.
I mean, that's basically what it is.
So we're just trying to, don't try this at home, folks. Don't try and hug a motorcycle with another motorcycle. Rumor has it doesn't go right. Leave my truck alone. My fire puppy is there. So yeah, as you can see, you have to actively work to hurt yourself in this battle. So even though it seems really kind of terrifying when you're playing it, the most terrifying is the damage you take in the battle carries over to the boss, who is definitely not behind us and hitting our back wheel. That's rude. Where's not Cloud's not helmet? Well, I think you've explained exactly where his not helmet is. So, Motorball. Oh, Cloud's got like 200-ish HP. That should be enough.
Should be plenty.
It's plenty. Don't worry about it. Wow, it missed Natara. That's right, you did.
I don't know why you're throwing grenades at not Cloud there, Natara.
I'm rude like that. I wouldn't throw grenades at Cloud, but not Cloud's just open.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so apparently Motorball is harder than we remember.
So we're just gonna
we're done with
we're gonna continue again.
We're just gonna continue on. It was fun. We didn't quite get the counting, but you know what? But we have a new game for you. How many times is it gonna take to find Yuffie? My guess is 7.
Ooh.
We will be donating $1 each for every time. Oh my god, is that first try?
No. It's the tricky one.
That's the one that always tricks me. So it's not one. So get your guesses in chat. Nikki, you're going in the same room we send Wells to. The room filled with love and sadness.
Love and sadness.
And sadness. So yeah, 7th. 0. Okay, 0. If you're saying 7th, I'm gonna say 4. So we've had 2. We've had 2. 1. Okay. Oh my god, it is second too.
Crazy.
Second try, Yuffie. So that's a whole $2.
I will up that to 10. So I'll do 10 after my run's over.
10.
Because Yuffie's a big jerk this time.
Yeah, Yuffie's my gosh. So yes, so I have had it take up to like 23 tries to find it.
Yeah.
It's completely RNG. Because you're resetting, there's no way to manipulate it. So the way I tell people, anyways, I'll explain later. Welcome to Motorball Take 3! But this time, we have proper Cloud, proper not Cloud, with proper Yoshiyuki and dead party members. So, I'm really sorry, Motorball, but your 2600 HP, not gonna handle it. Not gonna handle it at all. So if Couch has to heal once, that's all he's going to have to heal. Because as you can see, 550 damage per hit, 2600 HP. Yeah, it does not anymore. Motorball tries so hard. So hard.
Cloud, what's up with these no counters?
Yeah, Cloud, please. I call this Mylon Z in my splits. Bye. Yeah, so we're manipulating cutscene triggers and not cutscene triggers in order to confuse the game, because when they removed the disc system, the way they set up the references to work made this sort of cutscene to not cutscene and vice versa manipulation possible. So we're tricking the game by jumping from one cutscene to another, or dying in one cutscene so it sends us to another cutscene, or doing an action in one cutscene so it's like we're still in a cutscene. Where do I send you next? The last cutscene I remember you being in was the Motorball one, so obviously you're still in the Motorball one, so it sends you back. it gets very confused. So yeah, we're breaking the game wide open. So we at 2 hours and 30 minutes, we have finally escaped Midgar. But we do have to do the Barrett skip again, and it is vitally important we do actually do Barrett skip. We can really break the game if we don't. Let's stay here for a while.
Alright, cool. I had it the first time, but messed it up.
Yeah. Be a little tricky. So again, triggering a move to activate and a press button to activate text box both at the same time in order to break it. So some lovely person parked this this nice grounded plane for us behind Midgar. So we leave Midgar and take our cute little plane. Yeah, exactly. We're convincing cutscenes that don't belong together that they actually belong together by jumping from one to another. And the game really just doesn't know how to handle it. So it's just like, well, whatever, just go there. And you're like, okay, cool, we'll do, bye.
We'll figure it out.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. So, we're actually getting close to the end of the game. For those who are like, how are you going to finish it well? This is the time you do not want to look away, folks. We are about to break this. You thought it was broken before? We're about to break this wide open. Yeah, I don't know why this battle is the one, but it is specifically this battle which is the trigger for what we're doing. But this is an actual safety save. There are monsters in the area we're going to, which can insta-death you.
Yeah.
And that is bad. And this is unfortunately, because of the way things are set up, the actual last place you can save safely and not soft lock your game, as I found out in a marathon run. That was a fun experience.
Yeah.
Anyways. So right now, Couch can't move. But he's not soft locked. The game is just processing. It's like, where is he and what is he doing? But thankfully, Sephiroth is here to let us know that everyone seems all right, and it might seem a little heartless, but we have to leave that person behind. So what the game is doing here is we skipped out of that cutscene, so it's still a little stuck in there, and we mostly unstuck it by warping back in and doing the Materia Keeper, but that part was still waiting to be resolved. So if you don't resolve it and try and do other things, the game just soft locks. It doesn't know what to do, and it breaks. So we hop back in there, and it goes, okay, what am I supposed to do when I get here? And it checks, and it's like, oh, this cutscene bit. And so it plays it out, you clear it, and then you can continue on. And first try, baby, get in the battle.
This?
So it's because I'm here. I almost always get a first try. I get a first try a lot. Yuffie I don't, but that fight I get first try often. So we were looking for a very specific fight there, which we got immediately. And we just need to run from it. We just need to see it, we just need to run. So we run from everything we see. But the instant we get that battle, we go for a nice stroll on the beach. We like beaches. We like nice long runs on the beach.
Beaches are pretty fun.
They are pretty fun. We are gonna fight these things. I don't know what they are. Beach plugs. There. That's weird.
Yeah, very weird.
Anyways, we still have the Yoshi to counter on, so we're not particularly worried. We're not worried whatsoever. I don't need to convince you it wasn't time travel. As far as I'm concerned, it was time travel.
Vincent is Vincent, correct?
Mm-hmm. Vincent is Vincent. So welcome to the debug room, where rules don't matter and everything is made up. So we are recruiting Vincent. A debug room is a room which is added by programmers while they are making the game in order to test features out. And what they used to do is they used to just leave these games here and then leave these rooms here and lock them away. But some folks found a way to get in here, which involves fighting that particular battle and doing it. So Vincent, who was named Vincent, is now named W. Sorry, that's why we said 30 seconds. One of the things we need to set up so it doesn't soft lock involves breaking literally everybody's name. everybody's name. So, and don't worry about those casual Ultima weapons or Venus golf balls. They're fine. It's good. Don't worry about it. So we are equipping some very particular materia on certain characters, and we need to make sure we do not put the ultimate weapon, the death penalty, on Vincent until we've fought this battle. So we're fighting triangles. These triangles hurt my family. What are they called? I just noticed you've got the, they had a really weird name.
A pyramid?
I saw both. Yeah, they were both letters and numbers there, so an extraordinary amount of experience here. So we're gonna do that again. We liked that a lot. So, take 2! Wow, they have really cool names. Anyway, so we just killed that top triangle. It destroys everything. We get lots of experience. And you may have missed it, but we just leveled up that steel materia, which we put on Vincent. That is very important that we make sure that that levels up. But now we are going to talk to the best Tifa. We're going to go visit Lasden 4-4 and welcome to a not quite as you remember it sequence of final battles. Reactors are exploding, Nova monsters' tentacles are hanging, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything is normal. But we're going to do some manipulating here. So, one of the materia which Couch equipped on both not Cloud, on and were the double cut materia. And when, that's just to do lots of damage, but the mug materia, the mug ability on the steel materia is where the magic is going to happen. Because if you use mug as the last move to kill an enemy, it glitches out and cancels all animations. So battles just end. Any of these super end game battles which are supposed to take forever to melt or end, just don't. They just end, pop, that's it. So we're going to take advantage of that. Now, do you want to have a certain vote in channel, or do you want to do this a certain way, Couch?
I'd say open it up to chat. They're the ones here supporting me. So and this awesome cause.
Okay, so since you folks are all here and you're wonderful, we're going to put this up to a vote. No donations, you just vote in chat. So, in order to do Final Form Sephiroth, usually in the speedrun method, the mug glitch, which we just used to cancel animations, will still be active. So we actually have an option as to whether we Omni-Slash or not. We can either kill Sephiroth, Final Form Sephiroth, by just punching him once, which you cannot do in the casual game and is much faster, or we can just do the normal Omni-Slash. You chat get to decide, are we just doing one slash, or are we doing Omni-Slash? So far, just not Omni-Slash is in the lead, but I'm going to keep an eye on chat.
Alright.
You folks, we've got 2 battles left. We've got 2 forms of Sephiroth to kill. And we'll let you know. Right now, speedrun is winning. Which is impressive. We have 4-2. There's a lot of counting I do for these battles, so I remember it as 3, 2, 4.
Yeah.
So this is the second battle, so it's just 2 series of double hit, and then you will just end the battle, because you're always going to do the 9-9s.
They want to go fast.
Want to go fast. So far, chat wants you to go fast.
I see that.
The instant we see Sephiroth, the winged form of Sephiroth, you might hear the music breaking, or having just heard the music break. It kind of doesn't know what you're doing. So once the Sephiroth dies is where we'll end this vote. So right now we're punching, as we've had only 3 votes for Omni-Slash and many more than that. Yeah, so right now punching is greatly in the lead. So, yeah, this is an excellent time for Couch. It isn't his PB, but it's not far off, that's for sure.
This will be a PB for free.
For free? Well,
Yeah.
that's good. when you're doing the actual 30 FPS run, you need to prove it. You need to have a tracker, which is up while you're streaming, showing what your frames FPSs are at all times. So yes, we are at the end of the run. We had to remove that debarrier, or that wall, using debarrier. 4 hits, and then we can mug, and that is it. Goodbye, so long. We don't even hit the words of One Wing Angel, and with that, we're just punching Sephiroth. So after we mash this text, Couch actually gets to put the controller down because you don't actually need to select anything. You will automatically counterattack Sephiroth if you choose not to attack. He will attack you and you will counter automatically.
Hooray.
In the regular game, you will counter with Omni Slash. However, since the mug glitch is still active, we will counter with just one singular slash. We will save the frames, we will save the time. Little less hype, but pretty heckin' cool. Because again, you have to kill him that specific way, otherwise it doesn't work. We did pass on Omni Slash. It's funny, whenever I run this, Omni Slash always wins when I run this. That's okay, that's punching. Oh yeah. Come on, Sephiroth, try and hit us. He will never kill you. There you go, dead.
There we go.
939 damage. You really weren't that strong, Sephi.
Oh, man.
GG's.
Well, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. So that is the end of Final Fantasy VII. PC any percent, 30 FPS.
Alright, so we have about 30 minutes to kill. So I figured since we have a little bit of time to kill, we can just explore the debug room and just reset if we get stuck anywhere and just explore away.
There's some cool stuff in there. And I believe, Couch, you said you have a save in there?
Yeah, I have a save already in there.
Yeah. Couch submitted for this and gave a time, and then started practicing a whole lot, and then realized his estimate was way over, but by that point it was too late.
Yeah, when I submitted this, my PB was only like a 304 or something like that. So we have a little bit of time to kill. So we're gonna go take a look and explore, find out what's in there, and see what we can do.
I'm curious to see what some of this stuff is. I do know that if you go to Lasden 4-3, because I mucked up the numbers one day, you go to a whole bunch of darkness and there's battles there and you don't know where you're going, and it's pretty scary.
That sounds like fun. I think we'll go check that. I think we'll check out all the Lasdans. Just take a peek at them.
But yes, Eris is still alive. Eris is fine. You could have taken her to the final battle if she could have done the damage you needed.
Yeah.
Which she can't at all, in any way, shape, or form.
With that, I'm gonna let the credits play for a little bit, and I'll be right back.
Eris don't need to lift. She's too powerful. Hey, everybody! Listen, I'm sure the world is just fine, Prophetess. Some chocobo races. Yeah, we don't even get close to setting that up. Once Couch starts running no slots, he'll probably have, it doesn't do this warping around. I believe it's one of the fastest categories, full game, none of this weird warping. So, he would have to go to the gold saucer then. Yeah, this was a really good ending. Just because you kind of finish the game, then you're like, uh-oh, we still haven't done it. We still haven't done it. And then, during the ending, they're like, okay, we're good. We're fine. Don't worry about it. wow. Sid. I like how they don't censor his swearing for the ending, but that is a word they censored during the game. I wonder what the rationale for that is.
I do want to take a second to give a shout out to everybody who organized this event. I want to thank them for allowing me to run in it. I mean, I'm gonna be running again at like 12 hours from now. But yeah, thank you so much for getting this. Thank you so much for getting this set up and going. You're doing fantastic, and can't wait to see the rest of it.
It's going to be great. And shout outs to Cheddar Cheese for being the encouragement we didn't know we needed.
I know, right? All right. So since we got some time to kill, let's go check out this debug room. All right. So let's see what 3-1 does. Ooh. Okay. Fair.
I love it. I hear you react before I see what you're doing.
His name is now Ballet. Fair enough.
Ballet. I love how some of the default names are.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely need to go through this to see what all the names are. Okay, Ballet. Aoife. Cool. Red 13. Yuffie.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Okay, so it's fine. Vince
Ooh,
is fine.
Aerith even changed.
Wow.
This is fantastic. All right.
Yeah, Barrett versus Ballot. Wow, Aerith. What is happening?
Oh my.
Ballot's my favorite.
She's equipped with a tech vest. Oh my.
Oh. And the weapon is a plus beret.
This is fantastic. Oh my, what was that? I don't know what that was, but it is pretty broken.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my god. Look what that was.
Alright. That's pretty fantastic. I'm curious what happens if you get into a fight with Aerith.
She's gonna destroy things because she's powerful.
I always like the music in the final dungeon.
Such mastered. Oh gosh. What's happening now? We're just...
I just want to see what happens if we, like, win. Oh, what's happening now? A lot of stuff. We're just checking out the debug room. The run is over, and we do have some time to kill. So we're exploring and seeing what happens if we win this fight.
That's right, we are.
I love how the knife didn't even do anything.
Yeah, and we have no idea where these names came from.
Yeah,
These are just kind of like the default, because I don't think they meant to translate these, so they may have just put random stuff in it. Yuffie's name is Yufi, or here it is ballet. The L and R conundrum, so you're just kind of like, what?
Alright, what's 3-2? Okay, so it's just further in the dungeon. Okay, fair enough. We are now in a wall.
Yay, a wall! Like, I don't understand why they would even warp you to some of these spots.
Okay. It would make more sense if I understood what these words meant.
Yeah.
How about... What does Aerith do up here? Party.
I like how, you've got Vincent down there, Turk Vincent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love how it's on. No.
You can get a party with nobody.
That's cool.
Let's see how this works.
Gosh. You have to go fight Genova with nobody. Oh wow. It's broken.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Wow, even Genova isn't there.
I'm gonna try that again, except for where I can go to an actual map. Curious. Okay.
Let's see where this one goes. Okay, that's neat.
I think it wants you to have a character.
Oh, yeah, I think going around with no party members is just gonna break everything.
It's pretty cool that you get different scenes every time.
Yeah. I like how it's like, okay, we're at the beginning of this disc, so let's give you the beginning kind of cutscene part of whatever disc you're on. So it tries to fix the loading for the for all of the discs, but it doesn't quite get around that system. Goodness. Aww.
I know. Okay.
Which one brought you to the Chocobo racing? So who was it who asked for Chocobo
It was
racing?
Cloud. The Cloud that you talked to for Vincent.
Oh, that's awesome. And what did you say to them? You just picked the Cloud option?
I picked the one that said Chocobo.
Oh, Ima Chocobo. Because Ima means iron.
No. Poor birdie.
Just wants to run. I ended up
that was
having
fun.
to do so much of this in order to breed the chocobos.
Oh.
Chat up, I bet this. Oh.
Heck yeah. Golden saucer game.
Nice. So this
Terrible
is
at
probably
this.
a bunch of the Golden Saucer games. It's interesting how they've organized a lot of this data, because, you know, EMAs, you know, characters, you're recruiting people you don't have. Not that it matters, because you could go somewhere else to do it, but whatever.
This game is really hard.
Shoot the lasers. Was the music for this area? What music is playing, or is there any music playing?
There's no music, it's just the sound effects. Oh my. This is a really long game. I don't think I've actually played this.
Yeah, I don't think I've never seen it before in my life. It's awesome.
My goodness. Alright. Let's explore some more. I'm assuming this is gold saucer.
It looks like it. Chocobo.
Oh my.
Oh gosh.
Oh my. Oh my. What has happened?
I don't know, but it's kind of amazing. The second word was naka, which means inside. What the heck?
Oh my goodness.
This is kind of amazing. Just simply because you're like, I don't know what's happening, and I kind of love it.
Cloud seems a little miffed there. This is pretty exciting. Oh my goodness. Okay.
What?
Why is Sid just sleeping there? This is pretty cool though.
It is cool. I just love how they've decided to. Did you have those characters in your party, or?
Yeah, because they were in my
Yeah.
party from when I.
Yeah.
This is
Ah.
this is a thing.
Ah, that would explain it. Kanrancha means Ferris wheel. I knew Naka was
Oh,
inside, so
cool.
whatever I knew whatever it was inside. But...
This is like a track that you goes around all of it. I guess it's close enough to a Ferris wheel, you could say.
Yeah. Well, that is you do that on the day.
We are soft
It's
locked.
just kind of. Oh, are we? That's cool.
That was
is
exciting.
sad. That was amazing.
All right. What this one? Ooh, gold saucer. Can we play in the gold saucer?
Intriguing.
Yeah, I have no idea. That was weird. The names are all silly again.
Yay, silly name. I just love that her name starts with an E.
Just to
Just
really
like that.
mess with the spelling for people.
Well, yeah, for people who always fight, you know, the S versus TH, and now we're just like, well, now there's an E. Take that. You're like, but what?
Hmm. Let's go with red. 'Cause we like red. I'm just gonna leave
Yeah.
everybody.
Come on, fire puppy, let's go. Get in the car, fire puppy. We're going shopping.
Can't leave. So it seems like they're just a lot of map warps.
Yeah.
At least Yuffie, anyways.
Yeah, there's some stuff which actively changes, you know, levels and abilities and party members, but yeah, otherwise it's yeah. It would be funny if you could make a category which is just, you know, all of this to get to the debug room as early as possible, just to get all of those, you know, levels, and then warp back to, you know, where you left, and then just continue on.
Yeah. Apparently you can give yourself all the money and take away all the money. Yeah. That's a lot of
That's
gil.
my guess. Yeah, Okane is money, so. Wow, that's a lot of money.
Oh. Interesting.
G reset. Oh. That's one of the disc things.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Huh. Okay.
We finished the run, and we're just filling some what would be dead air.
Couch is too fast. Aerith home. Inside Barrett is what you selected. Why is Barrett inside her room? Oh right, that's during, if you don't just leave during Eris's house,
Yeah.
like in the thing, this is what happens.
That's right.
Soon it was like inside ballet. It's like, aw.
Okay. I think it might be Conker's. Yeah, I just told Steam that I unlocked a thing with the debug room. I wonder if we're gonna leave Midgar, since technically we've already done it.
You should try it. I have faith in you.
Hooray.
Yeah, because there's a way to actually get to the wall that isn't jumping off a road you drove your motorcycle.
Can't open the door.
Aww.
Because you haven't gotten the key. Dang.
The key. What? I don't like it.
Robbed.
That's it, reset. Game run up.
Let's see what Vincent has to do. Okay.
Hajime is start.
Okay.
Ah. This is
Intriguing.
Yeah, Corral. Thanks, Vincent.
That level 1 Kate Sith is like right on point though.
Yeah. Wow, that bookcase is really pretty before it got destroyed.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same on either. Don't know what this is.
I don't know. We just pick one.
3.
That's
Oh,
weird.
we're in a wall.
Again? I love walls.
At least there's rockin'
Wait,
music
in
here.
the, oh, this is the... Yeah.
Yeah, the Chocobo guy.
Yeah. He's creepy.
I wonder if we can get anywhere accessible on those. Let's try one. Oh, we can.
Well, hello, friendo.
Hmm.
You've already fought 65 times. What have you fought?
Yeah, that tells you. That's where you get. This is where you get Aerith's final limit. You have to get a certain amount of battles or whatever it is.
Oh. I don't think you're anywhere near it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not. Let's check out all those. Those are interesting. So 2. Oh no! I'm stuck on an island now. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm on land. Okay, I'm good. But I can't get to my plane. Come back.
What's that little house?
That's where you get
Oh
the...
yeah, 'cause it's across the river.
Yeah, that's where you get the key to the Temple of the Ancients. Uh-huh. Alright, so we already did 3, so what's 4? Oh, okay. I think I know what this is. Yeah. I mean, we have Vincent.
Lucretia. No.
No, it wasn't crashed. I just clicked away. I just want to see how much time I had left. I don't know how much time we have left before we need to get ready for the next one for the 10-minute turnover.
Well, I see a party in the green room.
Yeah.
Other than that, I cannot confirm.
Hooray, we are in another wall.
Ah, we've been told we can hand over at any time.
Okay, awesome. Then I do want to give one more shout out to the awesome crew who organized this event. Yeah, of course. Shout outs to Natara for commentating. Thank you so much. I probably wouldn't have done anywhere near as good if I had been talking.
Yeah, you would have. You would have rocked it as well as you did. And shout outs to you for doing such an amazing run.
Oh well, thank you very much.